Hey, Frank!
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need something way more entertaining than just us. Get on that, Frank. Get on a visualization.
Thank you.
I need your help, Frank. I need your help, Frank.
Thank you, Kevin McLeod, and no thank you to Alex Jones.
I need your help, Frank. I need your help, Frank.
Yeah.
I told you I was going to cut that up.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank.
No. No, son, no.
It makes it better because it's for someone you hate, too.
Yeah, I totally hate that dude's guts. That's why I wear a Rolex. Yeah, he has another Rolex. Well,
he has a nice Rolex, man. How could you hate him?
Why does he have another Rolex?
Because he's got to keep the operation going. That's why. That other Rolex helps the cause.
So what's going on, Ian?
Anyways, what's going on with you, buddy?
I asked first, motherfucker.
Well, not a whole lot. Just been kind of a crappy week lately with all this snow and stuff. Like we were talking before the show about you driving to work. My dad actually took off because the snow was so bad. You know, it would have probably taken him like 3 hours just to get to work because, like takes him an hour just normally. You know.
Well, like I would have stayed home, but I was like, well, I'll save it for when I'm actually sick and can't come in.
Yeah.
I was like, it can't be that bad. And I took the you know, I'm 3 hours before my shift. I'm like, I'll be okay. And like I take the bigger stay route that's not all bendy, wavy. It's just a big ass broad road. And nope, still stupid people everywhere. People were riding my ass and passing me, and I'm like, we're a level 1. The place I'm going to is a level 2. But anyway, yeah, the weather's been and what else you been up to?
Oh, are we into that segment already?
That's the start of the show. What's up? Catch us up.
Well, I mean, we each have our own segment as far as like we're in the how are you doing phase, and then it's the catch up as far as what we're doing. We haven't even talked about what we're doing.
Okay, I'm home.
We could start into this weekend. If you want.
Ooh. Hold on. Shake it. Ooh, okay.
Okay, you gotta wait for the head to go, right?
Yeah, don't wanna rush the head.
I'm just drinking some more ice.
Ice.
Basic thing.
Natty ice?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what that is?
What is it?
Natty ice.
Is that like a beer?
Natural ice. I think it's who makes that? Is it well, no, for a second I thought Beast Ice. That was Milwaukee's Beast. Do they still make like ice beers? Because that was like the thing when I used to drink. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta try Bud Ice. You gotta get the so and so ice."
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see who makes Natty Ice. Urban Dictionary. Slang for alcoholic beverage that is known as natural beer, Natty Ice. I thought it was actually a brand here. Hold on. That's the problem with Urban Dictionary. Anybody and their brother can put on. Yeah, it is natural. Okay. Hold on here. Let me find a safe for work picture. Because you know it's beer. There's gotta be inappropriate stuff. Natural Ice. I don't know what was natural about. Like, I guess that's the brand. Brewed for a natural, smooth taste. Yeah, okay. It's disgusting. No one drinks this shit for the taste. It's horrible. Horrible.
Right.
Look how sad this picture is. A DVD player, remote, and a corkboard coaster, and Natty Ice. I mean, don't get me wrong, it gets you fucked up. But you're not happy about it. You're like, God, I drank a whole case of Natty.
Does that shit taste good, or is that just straight up you're really just trying to get fucked up with that shit?
It's beer. What is, like, I just recently started learning, like, people are like those artisan or whatever craft beers. Like, there's all these breweries, like, working in Columbus, there was all these, like, my movie house I went to, their bar, they have like 30 beers on tap, and they do a beer tasting. And like, I just recently learned what a fucking IPA is, because I didn't drink that shit. I just said beer and I drank it.
Right.
But like now there's like, like I said, I just remember all the ice beers. I don't know what the actual thing was about them. Like, it's a type of strong lager brewed at sub-zero temperature, so that ice crystals form. These are then strained off to remove impurities and excess water. Oh, okay. Now I understand.
What does out of everybody that you know in Ohio, what does most people like drink beer wise? I thought Ohio was like generally like a cheap beer state compared to others.
Well, honestly, it depends on the crowd. I had buddies that would drink everything, like me. I was what's here? I'll drink it. And like, I've been at parties where the guys will drink, until they drink all the beer, and like the guy throwing the party's got to go in his basement and find shit he didn't know he had. And he's going to bed. Like, the other people that are just staying over are like, "Ah, man, let me drink some more." And I'm like, fucking hell, dude, it's 1 a.m. Go to bed, you fucking drunk. But I've seen all kinds, man. Like, because when I used to go to Indiana for the weekenders, like, that's when I discovered Pabst, because we had the Rockabilly Weekender. So, all the guys were all about Pabst Blue Ribbon because it's a blue collar drink. And like, I remember this pool had this gate outside of it, and the top of the fence had these, metal spikes. And on each one, somebody had stuck an empty can of PBR. And I discovered that weekend, I discovered PBR and White Castle. I had a Crave case and a case of PBR at the same time. PBR is cheap beer, yes. Most places you can get it for like a couple bucks, but I found it refreshing. I mean, there's a reason they sold it for so long without commercials.
Right.
Existing on word of mouth. Because you still see commercials for like Elvira selling coolers and Budweiser with the fucking horses and shit. But yeah, I mean,
what about Yingling? because that my friend from
what?
my college buddy from Pittsburgh likes that Yingling.
Yeah, well, see, Yingling just came to Ohio within the past couple of years. They didn't have it here. So, like, people will go there and then bring it back and say it was so great. So, like, finally, when they started selling it here, people lost their shit. On all, like, and I had buddies from Pittsburgh, too. So, like, they'd be like, oh, Yins didn't bring us some Yingling. And they actually say Yins. I thought that shit was made up till I met these fuckers. That's actually shit they say.
And there must be a lot of people from Pittsburgh because there's like a lot. I see like a lot of Steelers all the time in stores. You know, like memorabilia. You know.
Have you ever been to Pittsburgh after a Steelers game?
I mean, obviously, I was there because I was in college, but I never like really paid attention to that stuff.
Like my friend and I, we were driving home from a Christmas party right after a Steelers game, and we're like, "Oh shit, the Steelers game let out!" And this fucking door, this wooden thing, I guess it was to the stadium, opened up, and it was just like, you know, a sea of yellow, just everyone and their brother walking across, and he's like, "Fuck, we'll never get up, man. There's all these people. Shit." I have never seen that many people just walking around.
Yeah.
Like, now, Columbus, like I said, you go to like the short north and there's a bunch of bars every fucking where. And there's also little my movie theater did beer tastings. So you would go to a movie and you'd show up like half hour before the movie would start, and the audience would be in the fucking theater. And they'd have a table set up in front of the screen, and the guy'd say, "Okay, here are our new, brews for this summer season." And they set a little pour cup, and the guy goes to your, seat and gives you your fucking little cup, and you smell the bouquet, and you take a swig, and you go, "Okay," and then if you like it, that's what you order and drink for the rest of the night. But my buddy, he tried every single one of them. I didn't try them because I had given up drinking at that point, but I smelled the bouquet. I said, "Oh yes, very fruity. Yes." But it was funny. Only one I remember by name is they had one called Summer Teeth because it was their summer beer. You know what Summer Teeth mean, right?
No, what's that mean?
Some are over here, some are over there. Girls got fucked up teeth. But
you only need one to open up that beer.
Right. But I mean, like, the thing is about Columbus, it's a big hipster crowd. So they got every like day when I'm driving into work, I saw Evolve Brewing Company truck today in my peripheral. I was like, yeah, it's like, it's like evolution, evolve your drinking or some bullshit. I'm like, ooh, that's catchy, man. Whatever. It's always some shit you'll forget as soon as you get done.
Have you ever been down to Michigan? Because I always think about a lot of beer drinkers there.
Up to Michigan? Is that it? In Columbus, they don't say Michigan. It's that state up north. My wife's a graduate from the Ohio State University, Ian.
Right. I always just whenever I say down to like for any direction.
Yeah, I do too. I'm my wife's like, why would you go down there? That's north. And I go, you know what the fuck I mean? Why you got to correct me? My big thing is, in Ohio, there's Lancaster and then there's Lancaster in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
and they're spelled the exact fucking same. Apparently, there's a pronunciation difference. Lancaster and Lancaster, and I can never fucking remember which one it is. And my wife is always like, "You didn't say the right one." I go, "Shit."
Just like Orange County.
Well,
there's Orange County, California, and
Orange County, Florida, New York, and California.
And also, what was it? Because I remember a friend that's from Ohio. Portland is another one that's in Ohio,
Portland,
I
Maine,
believe.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Now, back to the topic here, because we play the theme music and everything. You're drinking the Mountain Dew ice.
Yep.
I just polished off a spiked lemonade because it's what they have at Taco Bell. And I got my wife. It was nice when she went grocery shopping. She got me some Mountain Dew ice in the tall boy cans and a case of the cans. And she's like, "Have I had that one?" Because I make her try every flavor. Going, "You'll like this one, oh, you won't like this one." But she, she's the way her family raised her. She's, I'll try everything once, but that doesn't mean I like it. So, when I said, "Oh, I got Mountain Dew ice," she's like, "If I tried that one," I go, "I thought you did," and she's like, "No." And yeah, it's like Sprite, but she was trying to, she actually tasted it, waited a second, and had to taste it again because she's like, "Does it taste like Mountain Dew?" And I go, "No, not like every other Mountain Dew. You can tell there's Mountain Dew in there. You're like, I taste sugar and diabetes." And
Right.
cherry. There's a cherry flavor in there. No, this is like it's like Sprite. She's like, "It's the best Mountain Dew I've ever had." I said, "That's because it doesn't taste like Mountain Dew, right?" She goes, "Yeah." So, but yeah, I got some of that because I didn't want to get another surge. I just said, just give me some. She was at the grocery store, so didn't want anything. I said, "Grab me some ice," because I really miss Dew Shine. It's a little smoother. Dew Shine had a bit more bite to it.
Yeah.
A little more acidic. But anyway, so now what have you been doing now, Ian?
Okay, so I've been finally got everything that I ordered online. And but before I get into that, you asked me before the show. I finally got my pegboard up with all my tools. Now I don't have to go stumbling through my or rummaging through my tool drawer in my kitchen for all this stuff. So,
yep.
So I got that. My dad helped me put that up. So it's kind of like my maker space table with all my tools. I got my soldering stuff up there, cutting tools. I got like I said, I ordered some tools, some stuff online. I got this set of for my Dremel, some nice cutting wheels. This will cut your finger right off, man.
Is that why you got a Band-Aid on your finger?
Oh no, that was from banging it on my in my bathroom.
You banged your finger and you stuck a Band-Aid on it?
Yeah,
it makes me feel better, man. I don't.
Well, no, it's like well, it was bleeding and stuff. So like, I bumped my head on the underneath the vanity thing, and I was like in a real bad mood. So I was like, "God damn it!" And then I hit it, and then my hand started bleeding because it was like the corner of the thing. So
violence is never a good thing, Ian.
Nah, especially when it's like right next to the mirror.
God, don't do that.
No, I'll get bad luck, right?
No, it'll fuck you up. That was on I watched a YouTube video of scenes where actors actually got hurt and they used the take where they got hurt in the movie. And Channing Tatum did a movie where he's in a hotel room and he flips out and he headbutts a mirror. And like it's a real fucking mirror and he really headbutts it and he's like, he doesn't remember filming the scene at all. Or like, Leonardo DiCaprio punches that glass that he didn't realize was there, and he just kept going with the scene. His hand fucking bleeding.
Oh shit! Yeah, that happened a lot with Jackie Chan. He was always getting fucked up and
he's a stunt man. He jumped down like a bunch of light what do they call them? Big ass, not the industrial light bulbs, the big tube lights.
Yeah.
He jumped down a thing that had a bunch of those, and he actually broke his pelvis. He said, doing it, and got burned because all the lights were fucking on.
Right. And he did a lot of like skyscraper stunts and stuff in like, like Hong Kong and stuff. Like those really tall buildings.
Cinemassacre, James Rolfe's YouTube channel. Have you ever seen that? The guy who did the Angry Nerd, Angry Video Game Nerd, and then he's a movie reviewer too. He had a thing about Jackie Chan. He's like, all the crazy bullshit stunts that guy has done, because he was a stuntman before he just did regular movies. No one fucking knew. Right. And he went through all the, he's like, this one was not only dangerous and could have killed him. He wasn't happy with the first take, so he did it multiple times. I'm like, Jesus, Jackie. But anyway.
Yeah, so I got that. I got a bunch of sandpaper. I was wanting to do some wet sanding because like I bought it at this dollar store sandpaper and it was like real cheap and falling apart all the time. So I figured it's getting some wet, dry sandpaper would be nice because, you know, you can wash it off without the sandpaper washing off, you know.
Yeah, that would help.
So I got that. I got some Plasti Dip spray paint and stuff. I want to start messing around with that.
Mm.
And then real cool thing is I got these monitor arms. I got 3 of them. I got two, one for my drawing monitor and one for my ultra wide, and then I got a double one for my 24 inches monitors.
24 inches, ladies.
Yeah. And then I got a bunch of this. I finally, like I was telling you guys last week, I finally got a bunch of cords and stuff. So I got to organize, you know, like cable manage my desks and stuff. I got these USB 3.0 hubs, ladies. So yeah, I got a lot of work to do for my desk. I hope I can figure out those monitor arms. It shouldn't be too difficult.
You gotta.
They're all mounted, so you said those are pretty easy.
Oh yeah. You just I mean, you just gotta assemble them. It's pretty easy. There's the clamp part that goes to the. Depending on how you want to mount it. I still have extra parts for mine because eventually, if you decide later to get a wood desk and drill straight into the fucking thing, some of them have the option to mount it, like bolt it to the desk instead of clamping it. If you want to go that route. I know you got a glass desk, so that's not something you can, you know, even think about right now. But if you got the hardware,
going into it,
yeah, it's like I don't ever want to change this. I'm perfectly happy with this. Or if you're one of those guys who has like an old door and it has a hole already, you just stick it in there, and they'll have a big plate. It's like a giant washer.
Right. Well, that's why I'm getting these so I can distribute the weight on evenly on the glass. I'm gonna cut these into sections. I'm gonna test out this rotary tool with that. It should be able to cut this wood fine with it.
Ow!
It would be more than just an ow.
I'll just use a hacksaw, dude. You got like 4 of them up there.
Yeah, I got a hacksaw, but that takes work.
Oh, okay. I got electricity. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm lazy. I get into all these projects. I got to find some kind of way of being as lazy as I can, you know?
Right. No, usually the thing is like you assemble the clamp part, which you look at it and you go, oh, okay. Screw that together, and then you put the shaft in it, and you screw that down. However, they do. Usually it's like either one threaded screw in the middle, or it's like a triangle pattern with like screws that screw to the shaft, and then the actual arms slide down over onto the shaft, and you tighten those with an Allen wrench. That's another thing. The mounting arms, I got Infinity Allen wrenches because they've come in different sizes. Like the one I used to hold up my 34-inch, it's beefy as fuck and has like the Allen wrench is like the size of my pinky or like a pencil.
Yeah, I need to. I need to get more pegs and stuff for my board, but I would like to get some more, like a larger like wrench set or whatever, you know.
I have a pegboard in my garage. I haven't bothered to put anything up in it yet, especially now that it's like, 20 degrees. Nah, that's cool. My in-laws bought me a bunch of stuff to put up in there, and I just haven't got to it.
Well, putting up there, that's like a job in itself because that took me all night just to put up and organize everything on there, you know?
Right. Well, I have a toolbox on wheels though, so that like helps, but it's not full. It's not that full of tools. It's got like I've got entire carburetors and shit in there, which I don't fucking need, but I don't want to get rid of. I'm already a hoarder.
Right.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
I'd
what
like
else
to
have you
get.
been up to?
I see people using like tackle boxes or stuff to put like nuts and bolts in if you don't have one of those giant metal organizers, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
My
my
my.
pinstripe buddies carry their like brushes and tackle boxes.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, my dad's friend, he has like what is it like $15,000 in these like really fancy like yellow like giant you know like toolboxes or whatever, and it's like that's just expensive, man, just for boxes.
Yeah. Well, my father-in-law, he's got a whole bunch of different stuff. He's got like metric tools and everything, and he's got them all organized. My dad probably has just as many tools, but they're not as organized. Because he's collected them just over the years and got them in toolboxes, all kind. Because my dad has all of his tools that he's had through his whole lifetime. He's got tools he's got from friends and family members. My uncle that passed away, his son sold him all of his tools in buckets. So he's got some fucking tools, man. And that's another thing. When my dad and I go to the swap meets, I walk around the tables of like the merchants selling tools and go, "What's that?" And Dad's like, "Oh, that's one of those things you use to take to this and that." "Oh, I'm gonna buy this." "Do you need it?" "Nah, but it's here. I want to buy it." The thing that gets me is I'm walking and they'll have a table and it says everything on this table $1. I go, "Well, I gotta fucking look now. I was on my way out the door and gonna go home, and now I gotta stop and look."
Oh, he got me.
I'm like, shit. Well, you're gonna see me here for the next hour or so going over rusty shit the guy was throwing away anyway by the shovelful. My dad says he should load up a truck and take it to the swap meet because that's all they do. They they get a trailer and they throw their crap in it. They put a tarp on it, and they drive to the event. And then they take the tarp, they lay it down, and they shovel the shit onto the tarp. And they hope some sucker like me will come up and buy it. If not, they throw it back on the fucking truck and put the tarp back over and go home.
Yeah, I do look forward to making I'm going to design like different shapes for like and 3D print out for like, you know.
What was that?
That I don't know what that was.
Oh no!
I thought that wood thing dropped, but the 2x4 or whatever was still in there. I think it was just my disc.
Excuse me.
But yeah. Anyways, the only other thing I've been doing is I've been working on. I worked more on that bone thing that I was doing for my parents, ladies, working on my bone.
Nice.
It was if you didn't see last week, it was an electric cover that was in shape of a dog bone.
Like a light switch?
Like a light switch cover. Yeah, like a light switch cover. I'm working on one for, like an outlet, so it looks like it's a bone around the outlet plugs. And I was going to do like double outlet ones and, like the different variations you could do with all that. Yeah. But what we got to do is we got to told Cher she was gonna, like give me some money for these molds and stuff because I told her we got, instead of me like spending 13 hours and then like it was like the whole weekend me working on just like finishing it and sanding it down and trying to get it like really smooth. I told her what we need to do is I made a master copy, and then what we should do is make molds of it and use like liquid plastic or resin or whatever to make copies of it. So that's like a lot easier then, because it takes 13 hours just to print on the printer.
How many hours?
13.
Yeesh.
Yeah, that's not very economical as far as making copies, you know. Just 3D printing everything out. So it's more for 3D printers are more for prototyping. So you make the master copy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. What have you been up to, man?
Just working for the man every night and day. Doing a little, mostly researching. I had said before I thought about just getting another adapter and another 27-inch monitor, but then the more I look at this thing, I'm like, it's smaller. I want it taller. So I'm thinking, well, if I get, the graphics card drought right now.
Yeah, I was gonna mention I spent about almost $350 on everything, all the stuff that I ordered, and I noticed online you could find the 580 for about the same price. So I was kind of surprised. I said, well, that's not too bad, I guess. But they did say limit one per customer. So I wonder if that's going to work out for them.
Oh, I got stuff to talk about later. So anyway, no, what I'm thinking about doing is probably just getting like a 550 or a 560 because it's still an RX, so it still would have DirectX 12. And it would still be a modern piece of machinery, but it wouldn't have for like a 55 and a 56, 560. You wouldn't have to have external connectors. It would be powered up PCIe. So literally, you plug it in, put the screws to the back of the case. It's easier to install than this USB 3 card that I have on my desk right now.
Right. But isn't your 380 still going to be better though?
Technically, yeah, but I like I said, it wouldn't be my main card. My 380 is still my main. My 380 is running, can run 3 monitors. It'll run these 2 and probably my drawing monitor. I just want something to run possibly 2 ultra wides. Now that was the other thing, because if I wanted to run 2 1080, 1920 by 1080 monitors, I could get away with like an old card, like excuse me,
like a 200 series.
Oh, even older actually, like whatever I think stopped at like DirectX 9, because it wouldn't have to do anything other than maybe a web page. But then I'm like, well, it wouldn't have a whole lot of RAM, and if I wanted to do other, like if I do go crazy and want to do Eyefinity, I couldn't do it. And also, the older ones wouldn't support enough pixels. It would cap out at like 19, or 1600. I think was like the, biggest it would go. So I was like, well, no, I want to be able to do 25 because I don't want to, I tried hooking this HDMI adapter to the 29-inch and landscape 29-inch and 1080 is, I don't want to say it's okay, but it doesn't look horrible. Unless you're a snob like me, you would know, you'd be like, there's something wrong with that. But when you put it portrait and you try to run it, when I tried it, it cropped about 2 inches on either side, just black bars. And that was hideous. So I'm like, well, I can't do that. I remember
you mentioning that.
Yeah. So
last week.
So I'm just probably eventually just going to get, you can still get a 5. I looked at 550s and they're, for 2 gig, they're $100-ish bucks, like 80 to $100. For 4 gig, they're more. And then a 560 is still technically higher up. So it'd be like 190. You can't find a graphics card in the current gen for that much right now. I would say,
are you
right?
Gonna use that for a secondary card? That's what you're kind of doing.
Yeah, it would a graphics adapter, more or less.
You can do that.
Yeah, you can run 2 cards, just not in. I mean, they're phasing out Crossfire.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, like if you go to PC Part Picker, you can't even you can't pick a second card unless it's in Crossfire. and most of the things are like, yeah, they don't really like, because I mean, even in its day, Crossfire wasn't supported really anyway.
It's not really beneficial that much, huh?
No, and like, I mean, it's like I mean, it's I just want, that's why I want like a 5, like all the 550 reviews I saw are like, yeah, that's nice, but a 560 though, and I was like, okay, yeah, okay, like it's still, you know, I wouldn't have to use SATA connectors. It would just be powered on the PCIe. The 550 though is like it's a low power card. You could put it in a, as long as it's not a low profile. They even make a low profile 550, so it doesn't really matter. As long as the card will physically fit, you could use it, I think, in any power supply that runs like 300 watts. So that doesn't fucking matter. I don't want to, you know, if I crossfired another 380, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd need a bigger power supply. So I think the 4 gig of the 550, I think, is like maximum like 70 watts, 75 watts. So that's not that bad, because my, like the calculator I looked at, my whole rig only draws like 400 watts, 400 something out of a 650 power supply. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you, you're not gonna upgrade your power supply just to get a graphics card, huh?
not if by the time I get done tinkering with the shit, and now you need a whole new system. Well, then, nah. Eventually, this thing is gonna this thing's gonna get bumped back to NAS duty at some point, and I don't want to invest in a whole bunch of parts and then have to take what I want out of this and put it in a new box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Well, what does your card or equivalent cost right now? Well, what is that, like a 570 pretty much?
Hold on now, let me see. R9 380 right now on Amazon. Used on Amazon, I'm looking at 481, which is good because that's more than twice what I paid.
You can't even find my card anymore. It's either the 380 or the 580, huh?
Yeah, you can get a 570 for 435. But
well, I mean, like I said, I saw the 580 for a lot cheaper than that on Newegg.
Excuse me. The thing is, like,
finding my email deals.
Slick deals is actually another thing too. Like, it's like, hey, we got a bunch of shit. I'm like, I don't need to look at I'm gonna look at your deals. What do you got? Like, I was looking at the 560s and the 550s because even though, like, the 2 gig, even though it's only 2 gig, it's DDR5. Shit, that right there almost makes it worth fucking with, because like a lot of the older cards, they're like, yes, the other version of this card, instead of being only 2 gig, is 4 gig, but the 4 gig is DDR3 versus DDR5. I'm like, well, why did you want? Like, there's entire guys on YouTube, all they do is review low-end video cards, which is kind of brilliant in a way, because all they're doing is they're spending $5 on eBay. They're taking a card and putting it in a computer and trying to play some games with it and talking about it. And the people that either are poor and want to update whatever piece of shit they have can watch this, or people like me who have no interest but go, God damn it, I want to see if he can do it. Can it run Crysis? The answer is always the answer is always no. No, it cannot run Crysis. I mean, just it never does. Even a thing that's supposed to run Crysis never runs Crysis. See, here's a 560. Look at this little thing. And look, it's got a DVI port too. So if If I wanted, I could run the drawing monitor off of that. I wouldn't even have to tap into my main card.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're thinking about getting the drawing monitor too.
Yeah, which I could do. All the ones that run HDMI that I've seen are either like it's unreliable or cost too much. So, but yeah,
Here,
like
here you go. Let me put on my screen share here.
I'm gonna stop sharing
Screen share.
screens. Go for it.
Screens. Yes. Go for it.
Go for it, son.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah, they have
when he builds the. Remember he built the man whatever out of the garage. You built all this with just a hammer? Not just any hammer, pig. Dad's hammer. Okay, what do you got? What do you have again? I forget.
a 480.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Red Devil 570 is 379. I don't see where they're saying that. It was a 480 though.
Go for it. Go forward. Move ahead.
Go for it.
It's not
Let me
too
see,
late.
maybe something. Ah, here we go. 580. You got to click for the details.
Call
Oh,
for
of
info.
course.
Out of
Yeah,
stock.
it was 369 out of stock. See, that wouldn't have been a bad price, but
Sapphire
oh.
Pulse isn't too bad.
And of course, it's out of stock. So
Yeah, my
they
next
were doing
computer,
limit one per customer, but I bet you they were abusing that somehow
right,
because they were like, "Hey, we finally got our stock back in."
right. Well, my next computer will probably be a Threadripper build
Yeah,
because anything worth doing is worth overdoing.
right.
I mean, that's why I made this one with 8 core, and I've had it longer than I realized because I was looking at my Amazon shopping list and it's like, check your orders, filter by this year. Oh, it's not. I didn't buy that this year. Filter by last year. No, it's still not in there. Filter by the year before. I'm like, I built this thing that long ago. Shit.
Yeah,
But anyway,
but it's going to be a totally underutilized processor though, because like it's geared for content creation, but you could barely get around to playing a game.
yeah. You know, I mean, well, like it's just like everything on Battlestations subreddit. They're like, my rig for studying. Who am I fucking kidding? I play games on this thing. I mean, when I do play with it, I'm up like all night, you know, because I can plug my guitar into it. I can plug a keyboard into it. I play video games. I listen to music, and I dumped a good chunk of my coin into audio because I realized that in my heart, it was one of the things I love audio. I like music. I had to spend a lot of money to realize that I've been listening to shit. But I'm not an audiophile because those dudes are crazy. Like, I saw a YouTube video. Japanese audiophiles are fucking crazy. There's a guy who has a setup in his house, and he's so worried about electrical interference, he had them run a power pole to his house separate from the street.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, you gotta have good, clean power. And I'm like, it's fucking electricity, man. Just make sure you're grounded all right and you're not getting noise and you're fucking fine. Oh my god. And he showed it's in his yard. It's a fucking, it looks like it'd be a tree, but no, it's a fucking power pole. So yeah, I'm an enthusiast.
Some people won't even plug other shit in their outlet, you know, for that audio.
Yeah. Oh, and they sell like $1,000 USB cable.
Yeah.
My
Well, it's
auto
just like the
review guy did
HDMI
a
cable.
yeah. He did a review on snake oil. It comes in a big canvas bag with covers for the tips and gloves to handle it. Fucking USB cable. But anyway, we're
Yeah,
talking
I
about
always I try to go with the brand though, like that have heard of at least, and I've like I see some kind of reviews on there. More than a few reviews would be good too. Do you ever take chances on things that you don't see any reviews on, like because it is possible that nobody just has gotten it to buy it yet or something, or reviewed it.
it depends on what it is. A piece of equipment like hardware or like you know, like when I bought my DAC amp, I watched a shit ton of reviews and said, "What are the features I want? How reputable is this company? Do they make good shit?" And I went ahead and got it. If it was something like it was less than say $50, and if you know you're gonna get it, that's why I buy through like Amazon, and I look at the eBay feedback of people selling shit, because I want to make sure I get said product in the mail. That's all I care about.
Right.
I don't want to just wire money to China and never see it again. So
Do you get a Prime, by the way?
yes, I have a Prime membership, and it's great. It's got a bunch of optional features that you don't just get Prime shipping. You get the 2-day shipping on certain items. You get all kinds of like I'm a Twitch member, and when I log in, link it to my Prime account, I can subscribe to a Twitch streamer for a month for free. So they get normally for a sub they get $5. For me, they get $2.50. That doesn't cost me a dime.
Yeah.
And when Amazon raised the price of their monthly Prime, it didn't affect me because I pay yearly. And there's Prime Pantry, which is like food items and shit. They you buy them, and then for a certain weight, they consider a box a flat fee, and they ship it to you. That's how I got Ecto Cooler. Ben told me about that, and I was like, "What? I have Prime."
Yeah, I got a $50 gift card in my Amazon box for that hella good food or whatever.
Mm.
I'm not sure if like Amazon is affiliated with them or something, but
Probably. I think everything everything's affiliated with everything. That's how they get you.
Right. I I was just asking because I saved a lot of money and time because they had a 30-day trial of it again. Like they'll like let you have a new like free trial like every every year or so, I think. So
I can't remember what it was. Like, there's
but
so much shit that you can get with the Prime that I'm just like, why not get it? Like, they have their video, so like all their original content, all the stuff they have licenses to. They had, I don't know if you remember, um, they had their own channel for like anime for a minute that was, what was it, like $5 a month extra, and then everyone's like, we're not buying that, we already paid for Prime, and they go, well, we already licensed this show, so let's just throw it in the Prime free video. So all the shit that I would have ended up paying $5 for, I get for free.
yeah, I just wish I don't know. You think we'll ever have a system where like they could give you like a better estimate than like like a cable man, where it's just like anytime that day maybe, you know?
Well, oh, you mean for what? Like shipping?
Yeah, I complain about that because I live in an apartment, so like I have to be there.
Don't. Where you gonna go? You ain't got nothing to do. Shit, you ain't got no job, motherfucker. Just Just don't get ahead of yourself,
Like,
Ian. Let me talk about my articles in a little bit.
oh, okay.
Okay. So anyway, we're talking about stuff and equipment for our battle stations. Is it time for battle stations? Your battle stations.
Yep. Battle station. Station.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations.
Station.
Station.
Now, did you want the
I
extra
need your
station?
help, Frank. I need your help, Frank.
Yeah, bring up the screen share.
Hold on. Did you want the extra station or the other one?
Yeah,
Like
the
first?
extra station.
First, okay.
I didn't really have a specific theme, but it was kind of like I wanted to go for, like I said last week, I pulled off from average battle stations, so I figured we could give like helpful advice maybe to these, like everyday stations, I guess. And
some of these people
but this
don't
first
want,
one was.
They don't want help. They're like, yeah, whatever. Oh my god! Wow.
I want to get your thoughts on that. And is that a second screen under there? Because that looks like a flat fireplace. That looks like a screen, man.
No, I think that's one of those electric fireplaces.
Well, it's just like if you look at it on the first angle, doesn't it? Those flames look like it's like flat or something, you know?
I mean, it's fake, Ian. It's not real. I mean, hold on. Electric fire. Let me see here. Hold on.
Well, like my parents have a gas fireplace where you just flip a switch and that turns on the fire, you know?
Okay, hold on. Oh, this is Walmart. See, look. See how it's fake?
Yeah.
It's so like that. It's fake.
I was just saying it doesn't even look as three-dimensional as what the other picture that you just showed.
No,
it looks just like a.
It's like a cutout with a fake fire behind it.
Yeah.
If this were a real fireplace, he wouldn't plug shit in that close to it.
Yeah, that would burn your balls sitting there.
And he's got his desk.
What's he stand on that desk? That's more like a sit-up desk kind of style, because you'd have to be like.
He sits in that incredibly shitty child's chair.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is average. I call this shitty. Average battle stations is for like people who have shitty battle stations but don't know it.
I just thought it was kind of like, like a everyday station where you don't have like a lot of money or something,
Nah, this is shit. Second question, where the fuck is this? Where's this tower?
Well, it could be a mini ITX thing behind the monitor, maybe.
I highly doubt
it. Or it could be an all-in-one with the monitor.
Whoops.
Which you wouldn't count that, would you? All-in-ones. Would that be against the rules?
On battle stations, a guy had an iMac and he was flagged and he gave a bunch of shit. So, I mean, I don't know. But this is just stupid. Let me try zooming in. Whoa, zoom enhance.
Zoom enhance. I need to get that drop too.
I've been trying to find it. I mean, there's I don't know. It's awful shitty. See Crisis, whatever it is, it could run Crisis. At least he's got the desktop icon for it. But yeah, that's extra. There's no helping him.
Right. No, he doesn't need help. He doesn't care about help.
Right. Oh my god. What?
Yeah, so this one he was complaining about the GPU shortages in the title. You can tell.
Okay. Temporary setup due to graphic card shortage. Bought Acer X34P, but graphic card GTX 960 can't support. With the current graphic card situation, not able to find a reasonable price graphic card, hence use the previous monitor for CSGO.
Yeah, they put the description in the title.
Yeah. That's like when your mom sends you an email and she puts the entire email in the subject line.
Yeah.
Hi, baby. How are you? I am good. I am. First thing I'm going to get on him about
The chords?
is dad's speaker placement. The fuck is he doing? Yes, his subwoofer's on the floor. Okay. 1, 2, 3 speakers. What the fuck? What?
I didn't even notice that. That's funny.
If that's left, you can have a left, you can have a right. Why is his center? If that's his center, I guess. Why is it right next to him? Like, it's either that one speaker is a center channel, or he's rocking his right, and then those two is his center, and then he's got a one for his left way out there. And his printer, is it missing a piece of it? Because it looks like there's a big hole in it.
Yeah. My twatter hangs to the left. Like those speakers.
It's what the fuck, man? It's just, and it's not pleasant to look at. Like, just shit everywhere. Here's a picture of my shit.
Okay, let's not be we're trying to help him.
Okay, first thing, turn the camera off. Clean up your mess, and then lay down on your bed, because I know you're already in your room, and think about what you've done. See, people are like, "I was so excited. Sorry for the bad picture. I just wanted to post something." Don't do that. No one wants to see a rushed piece of shit. If I want to see a rushed piece of shit, I'll turn around and look at my own stuff. I mean, yes, this is average Battlestations, but try to strive to be a little higher. You won't want everyone to go, "Man, that looks horrible." You want everyone to go, "Oh man, this shouldn't be here. Put this on regular stations." I don't think the bed sheets are going to do it in his water bottles.
What kind of monitor arm is that? Is that like looks like a baseball bat?
I don't know. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's a whole lot of not good in this picture.
And what's that, like a tablecloth on his thing?
Well, he's got a little rug on the floor. Is that what you're talking about?
No, the blue and white checkered thing. What is that?
Oh, I don't know. Some kind of towel or something. I don't know. Pillow, maybe.
Towel.
See, the thing I don't understand, okay? His desk has a little privacy thing that you can put all that wiring shit behind.
Yeah, that's true.
Just get fucking, just shitty Scotch tape. We'll hold it the fuck up out of the way. And there it is. It's gone. You won't fucking ever see it again. No, let's just leave it on the floor. Fuck it. Who cares? He spent extra money. He got a case with a fucking window so you could see all the guts he doesn't have. And he talks about the graphics card shortage. If you're staying with NVIDIA, the miners don't buy NVIDIA cards. So you're a fucking liar. Sorry.
What Frank means to say is,
fuck this guy and the horse he rode in on. That's just sad. Okay, this guy's trying. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like it, but at least he's trying.
And what was the title of this one? This one was
Looking for any tips to improve my battle station.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Is if you're trying, if you want some help,
Hey, some kid, some like 15-year-old kid goes, man, that's boss. I'm gonna have a place like that when I have my own apartment. I'm gonna eat ice cream at midnight and shit. Like, I mean, really though, he's got dual monitors. Okay, that's cool. He matched his lamp with his headphones. So that's cool. At first glance, I thought they were SteelSeries. I don't think they are. Just for reference here. I mean, I doubt that they're these because those have like a little bungee.
Can you zoom in on it?
Well, they do have.
Oh yeah, those are SteelSeries. Yeah.
So yeah, they're $89. So they're in white. In white.
Yeah.
The thing was in fucking white, man. Can't I click? The picture I clicked on was in fucking white. There, look. You're lying, motherfucker. Yeah. RGB. Come with RGB. Woo. So he's probably got these from. Oh,
yeah, that's like the basic kind.
This is the Amazon K.
Yeah, I like those because I was able to get different colors in them. So I could have if I have guests in here, I could have different coded ones. I guess.
Is that a retractable mic like in was it the Kraken or whatever that PewDiePie has?
Yeah. Yeah, they have a green version that looks like PewDiePie's. That was a little bit more expensive.
The ones he wears now are pink. Oh, look at these. Black and gold player.
Black with a little bit of gold, I should call it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I like about the SteelSeries, there's like two things. The little RGB accent, like you can have, wah, 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 glowing light. Yeah. I thought that was cool the first time I saw it. I said, oh, okay, that's cool. And the other thing that I like is that they had a Fallout set.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that.
Well, like, you got Vault Tech across the thing, and then the pads. This is their yellow and blue, like the Vault suits, the suit you wear when you go into the vault and then they had the matching mouse.
Yeah, they have a variety of styles, like with the colors. So
yeah, well, this was just a thing that came out at the when Fallout launched, and everyone was like, "Hey, check it out!" And I was like, "Boner, boner, boner, boner."
They're comfortable, you can't even notice them on your head. That's what I liked about them.
But yeah, his mouse pad is SteelSeries, so I should have guessed. But he matches his lamp. He's got a DX racer, which is awful. Look at it. Where's the lumbar support? That pillow. That pillow is the lumbar support.
So he spent a lot of that into the chair then, because that's like a few $100s.
Yeah. So he spent, $90 on the headphones. It's a headset, so he didn't have to buy a mic. That's the only... When I got into this world of audio, like I first, was into guitars and music, I started getting into headphones and microphones, and so many people want to get in for budget. They go, "Hey, well, what's the cheapest I can get? Does this work? Will this work?" And it's the cheapest they can fucking find, and that's where the audience is. Now, when I looked at headphones, they want I don't want to buy headphones. I don't want to buy a microphone. I want to buy a headset because it's all of it together and it's cheaper. There's reasons cheaper. It's crap. The best headset microphone is a fucking microphone that you don't buy as a headset. You could buy a mod mic for whatever the hell they're going for now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought about those.
I mean, people love them. They recommend them. Streamers I listen to on Twitch, they wear them and use them. Personally, I didn't go that route because I'm not mobile. I can understand if you have to go hands free and you can't move from your spot. Like my one streamer I watch is on his channel is on Twitch is IRL, so in real life, And what he does is he bullshits. He talks to people on his stream while he cleans his apartment. So he has headphones on with a camera. He wears a GoPro on his head that he wirelessly rigged up, and he has a microphone, and he walks around with that all day with a power pack and a fanny pack, like a power. This little system he rigged up. By the way, he's done like 12-hour streams with it. It's crazy, but anyway, yeah, like I could understand if you have to move around and you can't be tethered. But if you're like me and you're at a desk playing a video game for, at sometimes 8 hours, where am I going to go? The microphone arm comes right out in front of my mouth. The cord's only got to be from the wall to the microphone. And it sounds infinitely better. I haven't done any filtering to this. No effects, no enhancements. It's just, plugged in. And it's on a shock arm, so there's no thum, thum, thum. Like when Doug and Ben move their keyboards around, you can hear the microphone thum, 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 across the desk. You don't hear that. And I can use any headphones I want. Right now I'm using Sennheiser, 650s. And they're fucking beautiful. I also have, my shitty old headset here, that I've had before, and I can use whatever. And it sounds great, and I can change it. Well, I mean, SteelSeries, they're professional and great, I guess.
Well, I have the headsets, and I wasn't even using the mic for those. I was doing like a mod with some lav mics, but that was so I could have multiple mics go into the my mixer, because I don't want to have to like set up some kind of coffee table like you see a lot of podcasters do and have like a spider of like like multiple like mic arms and mics,
Right. Like on Howard by the couch.
Yeah.
And like I just I mean a headset is okay if you want to be out and take a call and not, just use earbuds.
Out in a boat?
Yeah, a boot. My old headphones that I used to use on the show that I took to work, they have a microphone on, and on the show, the microphone sounded horrible. But when I used it on my phone, you sound fine. So, but yeah, this guy, he spent a bunch of money on a chair that looks cool, but is probably uncomfortable. Okay. He's got a decently sized desk. He's got a cool desk. Mashed up, his headphones and his thing. He's got an Acer monitor. I can't quite tell what this second one is. Zoom enhance. Oh, it's a BenQ. Ooh. Baller shot caller, son. And it's bigger than that Acer. I don't know. Does he say how big they are? How big are they? Monitor mount would be great. He doesn't fucking need it. Shut up.
Well, what was so good about the BenQs? Were they like higher hertz or something?
Yeah, they're high frame rate, high hertz, all that shit. Size your desk. Well, let's say that that's a 27-inch. I don't know if it is or not, but let's just use that as a reference, right?
So he's right. So he specifically cared about dropping money into certain things on there.
Yeah, like certain stuff. Oh yeah, see, 140. Something. But now, granted, that's not what he has there, but I can't really tell. I'd have to zoom in, but zoom enhance. They start at 148 with, let's see, 2 milliseconds response time. And then the Zowie one.
Didn't BenQ really they were like one of the first ones that really pushed like the size that you could get. Like they were doing like the 30+ inch size monitors when you couldn't even really find those sizes back in the day.
Yeah, maybe. I don't see. I just remember like people would get a smaller one because, well, first person shooter, you don't need a big field of view, and you want tight pixel density, so you don't really need a high aspect ratio. So just get, do 720, maybe 1080 with a 24-inch monitor. I'm sorry. What? But yeah, they go from like here's one for 500, hardware calibration, blah 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 blah. This is for like Adobe RGB. You know, if you really want color specific photo editing shit with 60 hertz refresh rate. By the way, my both of my ultra wides will get 75 hertz.
Yeah, that was the same for mine.
When I went into I have a Display Fusion for my wallpapers and shit, and there's a little slider for your hertz, and it defaults to 60, but I moved it up to 75 and it works, so that's cool. If I bought two more ultra wides, yeah.
I did order a display cable so I could hopefully start doing some kind of the FreeSync or whatever.
FreeSync is good. I don't notice any screen tearing in games and stuff. If I'm watching a YouTube video on my TV, like in my bedroom, I can see like I watch Let's Plays and stuff. You see screen tearing. It looks horrible.
Oh shit.
I mean, you know what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
For those of you who are watching for us, when a frame is being drawn for the next frame, but the first one hasn't gone away yet, so it's a straight up horizontal line where it's off center, and it'll look horrible. To get on my
24-inch monitor, for some reason, like I don't get that on my ultra wide, even with the FreeSync off right now. But on my 24-inch, like I would get that just like scrolling down and stuff, like on web pages and everything.
Right. I mean, it's obviously it's going to have a faster. The refresh rate is how fast it's doing it anyway. Like how fast the page is refreshing.
Yeah, I noticed it's easier on my eyes too with the higher refresh rate. It's like my eyes are more comfortable then.
Yeah, it's trying to be more natural.
Yeah,
it's drawing the picture a lot faster.
Yep.
And it's with FreeSync, it matches it up to your GPU as best as it can, and it does. Because what was the other way where it limits? Oh, it was VSync where it limits what your GPU can put out, but it doesn't try to match it to the monitor. I
have no idea.
I think that's Linus did a as fast as you can or whatever video about it. I'll find it while we're talking here so people can see what I'm talking about.
I used to get more hardcore into like messing with like all the settings and like the 3D, like texture settings or whatever on the control panel. But I just leave all that shit at the default now because it didn't really seem to help much.
Right. Yeah, as soon as you type FreeSync as fast as possible, it's a tech quickie. I'm a tweakeroonie. I like making stuff look nice and better. It's just like I like the platform of FreeSync better than G-Sync because G-Sync is reliant on the chipset that NVIDIA sells to the monitor manufacturer, so that's why it's so expensive. Versus apparently FreeSync is a lot cheaper to produce.
Well, hey, if you're buying, they figure if you're NVIDIA, you're always buying the latest and the greatest, so you can afford that shit.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want this shit, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, but actually, no, you're not. No, you're not buying the greatest and latest. You're buying the shit here. Playing CS:GO. But no, I mean,
Frank's like, CS:GO, fuck yourself.
That's right. The only thing I don't really care for in this, like this would be, he's got a little rug for his feet. Okay, cool. I don't know why there's a thing of yarn on the floor, but whatever. The only thing I'm not digging is this ugly fucking whatever the hell this thing is in the corner here.
What is that, like an action figure or something?
I don't know. I don't know if it's an action figure or like a sculpture or demon spawn. I don't know.
No, it's a doll.
It's ugly.
Let's just face up. Just face up to it. It's a doll.
It's fucking ugly. Fucking ugly.
Ugly, huh?
It's taken away from the decency of the shot. So your last
So it's
setup
like,
for
yeah.
the night.
Put your finger over it. Ah, there you go.
Oh. Okay, this guy's got Vault Boy, so I automatically approve.
Yeah, this one is. I was kind of like, this is on the average stations. Okay,
Well,
I guess.
he's got to clean it up a bit.
Yeah.
Because zoom enhance.
So
He's got like cigarette butts and shit.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. What?
And like nail clippers, so he's clipping his nails next to his setup, and his speakers
Yeah,
are
you're right. He
behind
does
the
got a finger.
monitors. And then like, and that's just just shit he's got laying out. Now we go to the actual station. All right, let's see what he's got here. EVGA. Okay, so it's gonna be an NVIDIA graphics card. Look at his CPU tubing, and then the GPU makes like an X.
Yeah.
Looks like he tied it in a knot.
Yeah.
And then his power supply, the CX series. Everybody says don't. I told you when I bought my computer, I went Corsair. I love Corsair, but I steered clear of the CX series. Everyone said it's their cheapest one. Just pay a couple more dollars and get a nicer one because those start fires. So
Ew.
I don't remember the exact term.
Well, Corsair is a really good brand, so it's like it's hard to imagine them having like a really shitty line like that, you know?
Well, the thing is, like, when they came out, everyone's like, "Oh, they're the cheapest," and everyone was doing like every YouTube video was like, "Here's a setup. I just plugged in some parts in a PC part picker, and here's a computer for $500. All right, spend enough money." I mean, I went with 80 plus gold. I don't know if they offer 80 plus gold in CX. If they do, I apologize. But I had pretty much been, told to stay. And look, he hasn't even activated his Windows.
Huh?
Is this a mason jar? Or has he got some shine?
Yeah,
It's got.
is that like
Go ahead.
Is that looks like is that a curved monitor and like a 4:3 aspect ratio? It almost looks like that.
Which one? The portrait or the landscape?
The landscape.
Unless
Unless it's just because of the other monitor covering it up, which is kind of shitty too.
No, I think well, you can see the taskbar and everything. I think it's just the angle of the shot makes it look narrower.
Maybe, but
yeah, it's a little. That's the thing about RGB lights. You go, man, look at that, and they trip you up, and you don't notice subtle little bullshit thing. Like that's why every shot on actual battle stations, first setup, I'm real proud, and it's all dark, and all you see is like their keyboard, a light behind the monitor. And now, not just me, every comment, motherfucker, put the lights on so we can see what we're looking at. Like, okay, that's an ashtray or whatever, and I don't know, is that a hole in the wall or?
This is like regular battle station with a touch of Neckbeard Nest, huh? Neckbeard Nest gave him a kiss
on the tip.
Yeah.
Neckbeard Nest make it shitty battle stations. Average is just trying to reach out of it. So out of your 3 stations, sir. Oh boy. I think the winner is going to have to be this guy. Granted, he's got his desk facing the wrong way. It's a corner desk. I mean, because that corner is a little smaller. Because see, it goes like it's round here and then like flat right here. So I guess that makes more sense because that corner is smaller. But it provides.
Well, is there any advice? What other advice could you give this guy and then the LED guy?
Well, this guy, I would say, clean up your cables a bit.
Okay.
Throw away that fucking Spawn action figure you got mounted there. I maybe get a monitor arm if you feel you need it. I don't think you do, but who fucking
I don't know if you
cares?
can afford one now.
That's well, they're $20. I mean, for a shitty one. Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, you go on there. That's all you're gonna hear is like, what can I do? Get a monitor arm, some LEDs, make it look like every other setup on here. Yeah, yours looks unique and individual. Let's stomp that out. This one, yeah, he's got the LEDs. He's got a curved monitor. That's not that big. I mean, he's got a,
definitely clean things up.
Yeah, his GPU would look better if he didn't have the tubing. Like, I don't know.
That shit looks like that's just a accident waiting to happen, man.
I don't know why he did put like his top radiator on the top of the case and then his GPU radiator in the front. Because then the GPU radiator could have been right here with the lines going straight to it. And then the CPU could have went straight up to the ceiling. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet you his next post is going to be work in progress. I had to replace water loop.
I mean, it's all in one. So he probably just stuck it in there, turned it on, said, "Look at this, guys."
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta go with this one though. Like even with all the neckbeard stuff on there, I'd probably go with this one, and then the one that you were saying should win would be the second one.
So you like this one better?
Yeah.
Oh, his main monitor. Someone asked what it was. It's a 32-inch Samsung. It's an OLED. Yeah, QLED. Sorry, QLED. HDR for mind-blowing contrast and blah, 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 blah. But you think this one's better than this one?
I think so. That's definitely. They needs to take some advice about the neatness from this guy, but I
mean, he looks like he has his desk for this second desk that's actually holding his rig.
Yeah,
but
it looks like it's a better rig though, even with the crappy tubing.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, at least see if you have a window. First guy. If you have a window, you're supposed to have some cool shit.
Yeah.
So
the first guy, I think we can agree, is probably the last one.
Yeah, because like he's got a nice monitor, and that's it. Like his tower, the tower is even like at the time when this came out, everyone's like, "Oh man, that's cool. What kind is that? I want that one." Now it's kind of played out. And if you haven't noticed, he's got. I didn't even notice until just now. I bitched about the speakers. Are those two mice?
I think so, yeah.
I gotta change my DPI for playing CSGO. Or you get a mouse that switches. Wait, that would cost more money. Sorry. Let's get your shitty mouse.
Well, it kind of looked like he just decided to snap a picture one day of his setup. He didn't like put any effort into it.
Yeah, it looks like his mom said, "Clean your fucking room. It's a pigsty." Look, I posted a picture of it for you. Oh, Mom, don't take a picture of my shit. Hey, that's good. I'll put that on the internet. People want to see that. I mean, I don't know what's in this ashtray, and I don't know what's in that mug. Probably piss in both of them. So this guy here, I mean, he just got to throw away that devil doll and maybe get some LEDs, I guess. That because people like LEDs. People bitch, "Oh, I'm tired of all this RGB. They're for children." No, the thing is with RGB or any kind of lighting, off is a feature. You could turn this shit off. No one will. If you do it correctly, if you have lights that show when they're off because you stuck them on wrong, then they just look stupid and you look stupid. which is what I think.
Or
you
better
get
yet,
here.
get RGBW so you have some normal lighting too.
Well, like I mean, look at the, well, I have a bulb for my lamp, and it has white as an option, so it just looks like a regular lamp. Well, like here, you can see the dot of the LED right here. So he has it wrapped around the actual side of the desk. You're not supposed to see it.
Right.
Now it's just going to look stupid during the day. So,
well,
congratulations. You played yourself.
I guess these people need to meet up and do some swaps, huh?
Yeah. So I say number 2 is the best, 3 is the second best, and number 1 is the last.
All right. What did the internet go with?
They gave my number 1, they gave him 10. They gave your number 1, my number 2, 40, because bright colors. The internet likes bright colors. And Mr. Shit for Brains, they gave 4.
Yeah, it's the bright colors.
so good work, Mr. Newt. See? Newt. Who's been on here 2 months apparently. You've won 1 free internet.
Well, in all honesty, the second one would be a better office space. Like if you're just trying to do regular work, it's better. Like,
well, if your buddy asks you, "Hey man, can you get on my computer and check something real quick?" Okay, and you walk past here, man, there's bottles of piss on the floor. And first guy at least looked like he swept.
Yeah. Also, can I say something about the second guy? Like, what is that? Is that like a rug just for his feet, so he could, so it's more comfortable on the wood floor?
Yes.
Like, I would just get one of those. What was that, like a hammock we saw for your feet or whatever that one guy had?
Yeah, but you don't always want your feet up in the air, and sometimes your feet just get cold, son. You ever had a wood floor? We got wood floors. It's cold.
That's a shaggy carpet, though.
We got carpet in our house, and my wife ripped some of it up because she likes the wood floor underneath. It's cold. It's cold in here. I got slippers on, socks, and PJs, and I'm fucking freezing. So anyway,
it's better for pets though.
What,
that's
hardwood?
Because like they have accident. Like if your dog has accidents a lot, then it's easier to clean up.
Yeah. Anyway, would you like to see my station, sir?
Yep, sure.
I need your help, Frank. I need your help, Frank.
Okay.
Here's my first, and if you'll notice, bright colors. Also,
screens.
Yeah, triple ultra wide.
Nice.
Because he must have had some money that was burning a hole in his fucking pocket.
Yeah.
But he's got a Corsair 1000i with 2 fucking EVGAs. He's got, it looks like 6 of those drives down there.
Yeah.
And then he's got a keyboard with, I'm not sure if the keyboard has, I think it's got lighting, or I can't tell if it's just reflecting. He's got a picture of his own computer, by the way, for his wallpaper. I don't know if you noticed that.
I'll go back. Yeah. I see that's cool, I guess. By the way, go back to the keyboard. I think it looked like gold. Is that gold or something?
No, I think it's just plastic, and it's reflecting the yellow and green accents off the black plastic.
No, I mean, is that illuminated yellow?
Yeah, it looks like it. And then zoom back out a little bit. And then he's got a TV up here with Family Guy going on. He's got Cool Whip. He's got some LED bulbs here for the lights. Sorry. There was another one that had supposed to be a wall-mounted tower that he had on his desk. He's like, please forgive the god-awful mismatched colors, because he just had like red and white and all this other shit just to have a bright light up color next to him and it looks stupid. This guy at least is going, I've got this color pattern out. He's got it pink and the blue. So he's, trying to make it match.
Easter colors.
I mean, he's showing it off. He's matching at least. Second setup. Screens. Look at this.
Angled screens.
AOC and
What?
Asus screens.
Huh. I was gonna say, are those drawing screens or something?
Is
They're angled?
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a sit stand setup, I guess, because he stands up, he puts the shit on the thing. Oh, I get it. It's a regular desk, and then when he wants to stand, he puts his keyboard on this little stupid bench.
It's a sit stand, then fuck that shit, sit desk.
Oh, look at this horrible chair. Ooh. You see it? Spidey fell over. Oh my god, fell over.
Hey, I got this. I think I got that same Spidey, man. Got it right over here.
He's got the nice, expensive monitor arms there.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But everyone was bitching about the angle at which he had a monitor. He's like, no, I don't mind it so much. I like it.
Yeah, well, what is up with it? I just want to know why he does it like that.
I mean, he stands up. He likes to look down. Because, like, your neck. Seriously, worst ergonomics I've seen. And he's like, I think the pictures do not reflect the reality. It's not that bad. I'm looking down, yeah, but my neck is not bending that much. The main monitor top edge is at the same level that my eyes for X. I think the less comfortable are the rest. Those are bending. I don't know what the fuck. Apparently English is not his native language. But so yeah. Amazon Basics double monitor arm. And then
Those seem like those are way too overpriced. The Amazon Basics arms.
My third one, guy says, where I study and play games. At least the fucker's honest, right?
Right. At least about the games part.
He could study. We're studying his battle station right now.
That's, I guess. Sure, Frank, sure.
So he's got, stack monitors there. He's got a little tablet-y thing there where he matched the wallpaper style, minimalist.
And what do you think about those headphone stands?
The Omega style?
Yeah.
I mean, I personally wouldn't get one because I think they don't look that good, but if, like, in his case, he's got a black kind of, I don't know if it's glass or just plastic. Well, it looks like glass desk. If it matches, cool. I went with wood because I've got a wood desk.
Yeah, some people actually will get like an actual mannequin's head to put the headphones on.
Yeah, I mean, like look at like a bust of like a stormtrooper or whatever, and put like this guy's got what is I think it's the same one I got, the Google Daydream. I want to say he's got a big googly eye on it. That's fucking hilarious.
I got to come up with a good design because I want to 3D print one out. Kind of like I might go back to that one Linus video do you remember that one where you had like a competition of 3D printed headphone holder designs or whatever?
Nope. If I had a nickel for every video that Linus did, I'd have a shitload of nickels.
Yeah, it's crazy how now like every video you see they're like in a different background. They have like a different set for each video. It seems like.
Oh, yeah. So this guy's got a 1080. Look, Ian. He's got RGB RAMs.
Nice. And now, if you want to get an RGB RAM, it's almost as much as a video card now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what the hell kind of case is that. Have you ever seen one like that?
No, is that like a Vantex case or something?
I'm sure he says here case.
Besides, oh,
Search Google. Fantex, you're right.
looks like something from CBS. Ah, I was right.
And he said the non-TG version.
Yeah, Fantex likes to do the, like the kind of stylized white front.
Yeah, when he said non-TG, that means non-tempered glass. So basically, this case, but without tempered glass. Basically. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I don't know if he added the 400S.
Oh, you don't see those, like the panels on there or whatever?
Yeah, I'm seeing. I don't know if he put those on there. I didn't see any when I just image search. But I mean, why not? You know,
why not?
Yeah, might have been something that they added or he found or whatever. It looks cool. It stands out. Not everybody has that shit. Got the white fans look really nice, contrasting the RGB there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's some shit. Yeah. But yeah, he's got like what did he say that was? It was it's like a Chromebook Plus. That's what he's got there.
Is that what you watched at Citrus?
What?
No, didn't you see the ad? It said Citrus, the anime. Citrus on Crunchyroll.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. But yeah, that's actually an anime. I know someone actually asked for the wallpapers. I know what this one's from. I don't know what these are. But yeah, it's got little Xbox controllers, glasses, flash. He's got a fidget spinner, whatever. Okay. Couple cables laying around, but they're tucked away really. I mean, the lighting along with the wallpaper is a good choice here. I mean, yeah. Plus I didn't even think about it till I saw this. I was like, okay, he's got a remote. I'm like, wait, he's got RGB lighting? Yes, he does. But it's in the back. It's not an overstatement.
It's just on the one wall.
I think it's just along the back of this monitor. I mean, I'm on the back of the desk. I think. I don't know if it goes. I think it just goes around the one wall, and then it's bright enough that it casts. Because, I mean, it provides accent lighting. Imagine that shit. Let me get back to where was number 2? No, number 3. Yeah, number 3 of yours. That's right.
No, it's gonna be lighting everything. No accent lighting.
Oh, that's right. That's how you do it. You want to see the dots from the individual lights because the actual thing is right up against the fucking wall, and it makes a hot spot where it looks pink and everything else is a purple. Or you could just look like that. So yeah, it's kind of simple.
Or you could get a diffuser.
Too much thought. So yeah, I would say, excuse me, this is my 3 battle stations for the night. I guess you could say my theme was screens. Screens. As much as I love 3 ultra wide, what the fuck, dude? What are you gonna do here? I don't like the layout. If the two outside ones were portrait, because unless you're doing like sim racing, it's kind of wasteful.
Yeah, you really got to be like.
Monitors went from 1 to 3 over the last 3 years.
You know,
oh,
pull some muscles just trying to look around, man.
1950X system.
Getting myself whiplash. Well, I like. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one first, and then the first one second, and then this, the tilted monitor guy third.
I mean, this one is kind of simple, but it's the most inviting. I would like to sit in there and do some stuff.
Yeah.
This one's like, okay, let me straighten your fucking monitor out there. I mean, if it's cool for you, I wouldn't do the dumb.
It works for you. That's good.
Yeah, what's good, B? Oh, you stand at this desk. That's it. Stupid.
But I mean, if you're asking for opinions, then it's like you're kind of asking people like, would they like to be in this setup? You know?
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to have 3 ultra wide monitors and whatever the hell size TV that is, and whatever he's got powering it. I think they're two 1080s if I remember. Yeah, it's two 1080 Ti's.
So he's just not worried about money.
No, it's it's the same scene as 9. He's going to waste the CPU that isn't good for him. He says it'll do just fine, and the guy says i3 to get more frames per second than Threadripper. He says it's two 1080 Ti's and does just fine in the frames per second department. It's not like I'm pushing 240 hertz displays. People get way too caught up on frames per second. Which is true. Fucking true.
True that.
Those. He's running Threadripper. That's so bad. It's not made for gaming, but it can fart a game in the background.
Yeah.
He's not made for gaming. That doesn't mean it can't do it. These are just kind of, he's got shit. Don't get me wrong. If these, I'm sure if they had a cooler looking wallpaper, I'd be all over them.
Right.
But anyway, the
Are any of yours angled?
Only because I can't fit them in not angled. Even on a 6-foot desk, I got too big of a wingspan.
No, I meant like towards you or whatever.
My portrait one is tilted to the right a little, like to the left a little bit, because if it's straight, it's against the wall and looks stupid. But yeah. So the internet says your favorite and mine gets 29. Mr. Goofy Monitors gets 10, and this one gets 50. Now, I don't know if I said
I would go with that one again. I was thinking about it, but
I would go with this one as number 1 still. This one too, even though everyone the internet loves bright colors, Ian. What'd I just say?
I love bright colors and screens.
And well, see, in this one, got only 10 people voted it. So,
well, okay, and so, how many did you say ours got?
The top one that we picked had 29. The 1 to 3 ultra wides got 50, and then this guy got 10. Okay,
well, mine technically won then because mine got 40, and then ours favorite was 29.
You mean 50?
No, I'm not counting that one because we picked the other one. I'm just saying of our favorites.
Anyway, is it time for the news, Mr. Ian?
Yep. Oh, I forgot. I clicked it by accident.
The news with Ian and Franklin and all y'all.
I need your help, Frank. I need your help, Frank.
By the way, have you seen Ghostbusters at all since?
Not since not since Ben made me sit down and watch it. No,
So you haven't changed your opinion on it?
no, son. Demonetized.
Hey,
like
you
the
made
second
it.
thing I contributed. Yeah. Okay. Valve clarified no one beside us is allowed to send DMCA notices to Dota 2 streamers. Huh? Update. Valve has issued a response. Fucking. There's no pause. So, okay. Issued a response to in the wake of player concerns over the ESL one Genting Facebook broadcast. A Reddit reports that ESL were threatening takedowns of community streams of the ongoing Dota 2 ESL 1 Genting tournament. Valve has issued a statement to clarify some of the rules around fan broadcast. The first issue the statement discusses is that DMC notices. Valve says this one is very simple. No one besides Valve is allowed to send DMCA notices for games streamed off of Dota's in-client streaming service, Dota TV, that aren't using the broadcasters, in this case ESL, unique content. Second part of the statement concerns who is actually allowed to cast from Dota TV. Valve say, we designed the Dota TV guidelines to be flexible to allow for up-and-coming casters or community figures like BSJ and Bulldog that occasionally watch tournament games on their channel to be able to stream off of Dota TV. So I don't get what.
Well, basically,
Go ahead.
they were trying to DMCA people for doing the streams and stuff with their Steam's TV thing or whatever. I guess I'm not sure how it works out, but I guess Steam owns all the rights for it or whatever. So and they Steam said
it.
Yeah, they said as long as you're not monetizing anything, you can do it. And since they were getting DMCA'd, everybody was complaining and stuff. And then Steam was like, they finally decided to step in and side with the people that were streaming.
Well, because they make it so you can stream. It's just, like you can't use the content of the stupid, what is this, the broadcast or whatever. Like you can't steal their content. But if you're streaming a game that Valve says you can stream, what's the fucking problem?
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what they're, like if they have any comment about it,
Right. Uma Thurman reveals Kill Bill cover-up, alleged Weinstein assault. Ooh. Los Angeles. Oh, God, no thanks. Go away. Los Angeles. Uma Thurman posted a video Monday of a car crash she says left her with permanent injuries and nearly took her life after director Quentin Tarantino talked her into performing a stunt in the set of Kill Bill in Mexico. The actress spoke about the video in a bombshell interview to the New York Times over the weekend. Thurman also broke her silence about Harvey Weinstein, detailing a series of disturbing incidents, including an alleged assault in his London hotel room. Thurman said the crash happened after director Quentin Tarantino told her she had to hit 40 miles per hour in a car she described as a death box with a seat that wasn't screwed down properly while driving over a sandy road. Thurman said in the Instagram post she is grateful to Tarantino for risking damage to his own reputation by releasing the video years later, regardless of it most likely being an event for which justice will never be possible. Sorry. She excoriated Weinstein and 2 others for what she says happened after the incident. However, the cover-up after the fact is unforgivable, she wrote. For this, I hold Lawrence Bender, E. Bennett Walsh, and the notorious Harvey Weinstein solely responsible. They lied, destroyed evidence, and continued to lie about the permanent harm they caused and then chose to suppress.
And I guess there was some kind of a what does it say? Some kind of assault or whatever by Weinstein, so it goes into that too.
Well,
but you can. I have the Philip DeFranco's video on from YouTube on that too, so you can actually see the footage that they finally put out. You know.
Let's go to a video and hopefully not get blocked.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking ads. No.
It's more towards the end of the video, I think. I was like, I thought you were talking about Uma Thurman, man.
Thurman, Tarantino.
Yeah. It's been so long since I saw the movie, so I don't even remember that scene.
What? Kill Bill?
When she was when she was driving in the car.
In the scene in Mexico is when she's driving to Esteban the Pimps.
Okay.
I don't know why she would have had to do a stunt, but whatever.
Yeah. Was that crazy though? I mean,
that there was a cover up.
Yeah, and like, you're a fan of Tarantino, aren't you? I know Doug is.
Most people are. And I'm a fan of Uma Thurman's too. Weinstein, his company brought us great movies and all kinds of good content, but what the man did is inexcusable. He's a horrible human being.
Yeah.
We shouldn't judge people's, we should judge people's abilities and their talents separate from their character, because people will overlook the wicked's done by a person because of the cool, interesting things he did. I know people who still overlook Michael Vick's, what he did because he was a good football player. That doesn't fucking matter. You're a horrible person who abused animals. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you have both skills and morals are different traits of your brain.
A guy that I know from the Netherlands, when somebody said, "This is a great product and it's made in the USA," he's like, "That's not an advertisement for quality." And I'm like, "That's true." You can have two different things. You can have a skill and be an asshole. Who knew? Two great things in one. Anyway.
Hey, you can, the KKK can make great torches, but I mean,
no, Werner, they cleaned up a highway and they said, "Okay, we want to adopt this highway," and they're like, we don't want, no, we can't make a sign that says that. So anyway, electricity, eel style, soft power cells could run tomorrow's implantables. This used to be like every week I always had some story about they're doing this shit with batteries. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna have concrete and they're gonna put electricity in it, and it's gonna be better than your phone battery. And it's always something goofy. And now that's kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, well, I've done articles like this too before about like soft batteries and wearable batteries and stuff like that. Soft.
Another rapist. Ann Arbor, inspired by the electric eel, a flexible, transparent electrical device could lead to body-friendly power sources for implanted health monitors, medication dispensers, augmented reality contact lenses, and countless other applications. I mean, they got to make it so you don't get shocked by fucking using it. An electric eel doesn't die carrying that charge. So that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess the battery can utilize water or something.
Oh, by the way, side note, because there was an ad earlier for it. Did you see the Netflix series Altered Carbon?
No.
I was talking about it forever when it was getting ready to launch, and it launched on the 2nd. and I watched all 10 episodes in 2 days.
Oh wow.
And I was actually mad at myself that it took me 2 days. I should have watched it all in the one day. Each episode's an hour long, by the way.
That's what I did for the Punisher.
You punished yourself while watching the Punisher. Oh yeah, he's getting another guy. Yeah. So, spoiler alert. Franklin loved it.
Oh, nice.
If you read the book, which a lot of people I know didn't, it helps understand what's going on in the show a lot better. Because people I know are like, I'm just going to pick it up and see. You can't. The concept is easy. Yes, I've explained it several times. But they use a lot of jargon in the show, and they don't hold your hand. They go, you either read the fucking books, or you're paying hell of a lot of attention and understanding what we're talking about. My wife watched an episode with me and was like, wait, I don't get it. What happened? What's he doing? What's that do? What'd he say? Oh my God, that guy's dead. And, you know, she fell asleep after the first episode, and I was vested up until the end. It was the most faithful I'd seen of a representation, like in an adaptation of some things, since Watchmen, I think, was the truest form of literally page to screen. This is like 9/10 that. It's like they tweaked a little bit of stuff here and there that wasn't really just to make it work. It was like they changed it a little bit. Like a character became his sister that wasn't his sister, I think. I don't know.
So they didn't like just use the book as a script. In other words,
they didn't. I mean, for the most part, yes. Because they did away. The book is written in first person. It's his story and it's his inner dialogue and his narrative. This one had a little bit of him doing voiceover, but it was more like, you know, each episode he says a phrase and says what, you know, so you get the idea of what that episode is going to be about. Versus entire episode is just him narrating it. And it's kind of cool because he walks around mostly quiet and observant, and it gives him this badass, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? At peace, you know, enlightened kind of vibe going. And you get that because, you know, the character, it's played by a different body. The character is a different body than he originally was. And the actor has to act as if he's the same person in a different body, and they do a very good job. And I enjoyed it. I think they're hoping they're going to make a second season. A lot of people are discussing whether or not if it'll be true to the books. The first season was exclusively the first book. I will say that much. I don't want to give spoilers. But
what is the genre of it?
It's sci-fi / cyberpunk.
Oh, okay.
If you remember Blade Runner, they tried to make a Neo Tokyo kind of the future. Everything's gritty but very sci-fi and tech. My coworker that really loves Blade Runner and everything, an older guy, he said, "Oh, the visuals in that they did." You know, dirty modern city better than, you know, actual Blade Runner did." And I said, "Yeah, that was the time. It was what Netflix spent the most money on a series, so I can understand why it looked good." And it was directed and written and starred by some very talented people. So I kept pausing while I was watching it because I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted to focus and, you know, like if I had to do something, I'm like, hold on, I don't want to have it going in the background and be like, what happened? And have to rewind it.
Because that probably did happen where you would miss something, huh?
Yeah, there was a lot of little stuff in there. I had read the books when they came out, but the first one came out in 2006, and this just, you know, the TV show just came out like the 2nd of this month. So I was like,
you read?
You read, bro? Do you even lift? No, out of the 3 books, I've read the first 2 and I've read half of the third. But the problem with the third one is the way the story is set up. The same character, when you die, your brain is digitized so they can put it in whatever body they want. And you can come back the very first one, he comes back 250 years after he died. Then the second one, he comes, it's done as a flashback, so it's not a, it's more of a prequel. It's a flashback to something that happened before in the book, anyway. So the third one is in the future, but it's so far in the future that I'm having trouble imagining what the society and what everything is like in, you know, with the guy's writing style. So the first one's exactly like I imagined. The second one, I know what it's going to look like. So I'm hoping there's a second season, only because I want to see a third season. Let me say that.
Yeah. Does it get into like, because I always wonder like if someday we'll be able to have like, you know, like complete down to the atom or whatever clones of ourselves, like especially when you like teleport yourself and you're pretty much killing yourself, but then the computer's reassembling you or whatever.
Right.
You know,
Well, no,
like,
this just sends your consciousness. They have what they call the ultra rich. They call them meths, like the drug meth, because it's short for Methuselah. You don't die at that point. So they have the one guy that they show, he has clones, you know, so he doesn't actually have to travel. He just presses a button and transmits his consciousness to another country, and then he wakes up in a clone and he's there. So
yeah.
But the whole thing is, it's about crime and mystery, and crime's got a whole different genre when, you know, people can live forever, and there's also a cultural divide because, you know, society, only the mega rich can afford to keep living forever versus the other people who just have the option. But just like healthcare coverage, the government just does the bare minimum.
Right.
And
Well,
it's
like,
really good.
it's like, would you, if you made a clone and, you know, your clone had all your memories and pretty much your same consciousness, and then he was going to be with your wife, and then you had to die because that's going to be you instead. I mean, wouldn't that be kind of like scary too, though?
Well, yeah. I mean, the way they get around it in theirs is he's touring the facility where the clones are, and the clone looks at him, and he's like, "They're not conscious, are they?" And they go, "Oh no, the clones' minds are totally empty. They don't have anything in them until the consciousness is beamed into them from, you know, wherever. So they don't die; they're just in storage, basically." And
well, it's like, I guess every time you go to sleep, you always wonder, am I just like a clone then when I wake up, you know?
no, we're in the Matrix.
Right.
I know they said that they proved that we're not, but fuck that. They don't know. But anyway, yeah, this is some crazy. This is some crazy. Oh, the whole topic of the show was very deep, spiritual and cultural divide. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to give spoilers. But just think about how crime can change if someone can live forever, or, you know. So yeah.
What?
That's where it's dark and interesting.
Right. Well, it just comes down to pretty much either you know, like there's this, you have souls, or it's just like clones, and you know.
It's
guess.
interesting. It's kind of like Asimov's 5 Laws of Robotics. The article that I read that was like, here are the terms you got to know, and it's like 20 something terms, you know, but you know, if you don't know them, you're like, well, what the hell is that? And you end up looking it up anyway because you don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's the same thing, you know. Oh, the third law, and you're like, yeah, the third law. What the fuck is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you beam your consciousness, are you gonna have to obey those laws then?
No, because you're still the same asshole you were. You're not a robot. Your memory is stored on a little chip. Basically, that it's called a cortical stack that's in the back of your base of your spine. Basically, they're all implanted when you're 1 year old, and then you know, you have them until you die.
Well, don't you think by the time we could have your full consciousness on a chip, that AI is pretty much going to be indistinguishable from that same consciousness.
The AI is also in this movie. They run the hotels.
Yeah.
They're very eccentric on the TV show. Sorry, in the book, his hotel is run by an eccentric AI named Hendrix, and in the TV series, it's replaced with he's at a hotel called the Raven, and it's Edgar Allan Poe. I'm assuming because Poe's family is less likely to sue than Hendrix's family.
Did you know they chopped up Einstein's brain and put in like sheets and stuff?
But yeah.
They like laminated slices of his brain.
Yeah, we'll make a keychain.
Never knew that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, they got to study.
But yeah, I want to see a lot of new Netflix stuff coming out. Like I want to watch that one, When We First Met. I think it was called, movie with that guy from Workaholics. I always love that show.
Netflix has a lot of stuff. They have some original content that's pretty good, and they have a lot more anime than they used to. My wife loves Netflix, whereas at the time I used to like Hulu. I haven't got into it as much. I pay more for the ad-free option because why not? But I have a short attention span, so it's mostly YouTube for me. But when I read the book and then the show was announced, I added it to my queue on Netflix before there was even a trailer available. You go to it and it was just a picture of Altered Carbon, and that was it. It said add to list, and I said hell yes. So, but anyway,
I take it that the premise of the title is like ultra carbon based life forms.
No, there's actually a quote. It's like they thought that altered carbon would save them and save humanity. But anyway, we're getting way off topic here. What's this about a Christian teacher fired and reported to counter terror authorities for telling lesbian student God loves you? Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. So I found this article. Sometimes I like to do articles about like the nanny state or like
the nanny
or like they're too overreacting or whatever with things,
Oh boy. A Christian teacher in England was reported as a radicalization threat and then fired after answering her students' questions about her beliefs. The teacher with 17 years experience was fired for gross misconduct following a discussion in her T2 apprenticeship academy classroom in Bristol last year.
So pretty much she said Jesus and I love you or whatever and get fired for it.
I mean, if the kid was actively engaging her and asking questions, she should be able to explain her beliefs, because it's not like she's saying, I think we should, and Jesus said you did this, and they're not. As long as you don't teach it as fact, then it's allowed to be a belief. You can even say that to an extent it influences your decision making. But when you start saying it's going to impact how you guide others, that could be the problem.
Right. But I mean, like, even if you just say, like, in passing, oh yeah, Jesus, good job, good work. By the way, Jesus loves you. I mean,
no, you say in passing, Jesus Christ. No,
right.
In passing, man, it used to be your bumper sticker would say real men love Jesus. At least my dad's Nova said that shit.
Well,
I don't
even if you could say that she could be fired, I mean, definitely I don't think it's say that she should be reported as like being radical for saying something like that, and being reported as a terrorist. I
tend to shy away from these kinds of articles and discussion, because it's not that there could be something going on that needs to be, like, okay, guys, whatever. But most political shows on both parties, in our country anyway, both sides will say, isn't this just ridiculous that they're doing this? And can't they just this? And then that causes just a big, distrust of the opposite side in general. It's tribalism, they call that. And it becomes us versus them, and that's why everyone hates the Congress and Senate and everything, because they can't get anything done. And, well, yeah, that whole side didn't vote for this thing, and then the whole other side didn't vote for this thing. I mean,
yeah. What was your thoughts on all those shutdowns, government shutdowns?
Well, then you start talking about immigration and all that's a totally different topic, and own thing here. That obviously both parties can. I've come from a mindset of both parties can blow smoke up somebody's ass, but ultimately, people, they need to come together and do something for the country. I would like to not see the government get shut down. I'd like to see it not only be open for a couple weeks, but and then people get mad and they say, "Well, the damn Democrats are doing that." Hey, they're using any amount of leverage they can get. They take their Trump card and they play it.
Yeah, they use. It seems like people will use, like an issue just to get back at the other side.
Yeah, I mean my friends seriously close friends on Facebook, posted and then some. Oh, they need to fire all the Democrats. I go, why? They're not the ones in power. They think they are. Well, that doesn't matter. They still vote. They just vote no. That's all they got to do. They do the same rights that we have. We can vote. We don't have to vote for the same shit. We can vote for what we want. But
right.
You gotta pick your battles, basically.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true. I just thought I'd do this because I hate it when schools get too overarching. As far as I always hated that thing where a kid made a gun symbol with his fingers and he got expelled or something, or wearing American t-shirt. Kids got in trouble. They get in trouble for things that shouldn't even be an issue, or things that should be common sense type things.
Well, as soon as you start complaining about the school, though, then it becomes, well, you're complaining about the government because the government is, doing the whole school thing. It's not privatized. Oh, well, then let's just make them all privatized and it won't be a problem. No, then you invite just, religion preaching or, incorrect education and a whole nother bag of worms. And I mean, I don't, and the government is like, well, we're all about smaller government. We'll let it go private. Fuck it. We don't want to pay for the shit anyway. Hell, we don't want to give you all Social Security, but we're trying to get that out of your cold dead hands, Right. I mean, and look, they put Betsy DeVos in it to try and fuck it up and sabotage it. So,
right. Well, by the way, my brother, he's going to school. He hates all that Common Core shit, man.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't understand it, but they grade you to take the test, not to actually know a fucking thing.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I took a class that was originally supposed to be an entire semester, and they crammed it into a quarter semester. And the teacher said, "It's my job to get this out to you. How about you actually get this down to where the fuck it makes sense? How about we have a grasp of what the hell we learned?" Because that was my government class. And I talk politics a lot, and I have to relearn everything because I didn't fucking understand a bit of it. That just got me through that class. My music classes when I was a kid, I just had enough to pass every year. I didn't actually have any interest in it, and I didn't understand it. I wish I had known. So,
but I just wish they would teach you more skill sets, I suppose, in school.
Well, that's all going away. Shop class goes away, and carpentry and shit, that's all going away because we don't have those jobs here anymore in America.
Yeah. As far as this article though goes, I suppose if you go to the extreme and you'd be like, well, it's a privatized company, you could get fired for anything, if they just don't like you anymore, you could get a job somewhere else. I mean, sure, but I mean, reporting to the terrorist thing is kind of, it's pretty far.
I mean, there's all different kinds
of... That's true.
excuse me. There's multiple angles to this story in general, but there's going to be multiple articles you could find where either the teacher was in the total wrong, or the teacher was in the total right, or the school was. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're dealing with kids, there's this overarching feeling of you have to protect them and shelter them, but you also have to prepare them, which is a double, it's a double standard.
Right.
The oxymoron. I want them to be, not know anything and be sheltered, but I want them to know the truth and be educated. What?
Well,
And then,
like I said,
what truth are we telling them? My truth, my religion's truth, or the actual shit we put in these books?
What? If it's true, they reported her, then that's pretty crazy. But I mean, if she was pretty much trying to recruit people for ISIS or something, then I mean, that's a whole nother. That's the total opposite side, I guess.
Yeah, anymore people are just looking for things. What are we offended about this week? And all they do is bitch about being offended. You're offended that people are offended. You know that, right? You are the thing you hate. So, anyway.
Okay,
stupid Logan Paul. What did he do?
Op-ed Logan Paul tases a dead rat, drawn YouTuber's harshest crackdown yet.
Yeah, never mind that he, made fun of a suicide victim in Japan. No, that wasn't an issue. He tased the dead rat. Why is it the dead things bother them? Remember they got rid of LA Beast's streaming capability because he ate a dead cockroach years ago?
Right. They were fine with it for so many years, and then they decided to dig through and be like, we got you on this one.
Right. So, yeah, he took a break after he did that video, and then they said, nope, we're done with you for now. They demonetized him for. They said one article I had read about him today said that he was like making $1 million a month or something like that or more.
Who, this guy, Logan Paul?
Yeah. So, I mean, oh darn, he's going to learn his lesson. Probably not.
Well, it's like I remember he was trying to do like I think it was like his brother or something. He was trying to do like a video about him coming back and, like trying to explain everything and trying to say he's sorry. But it's like when you did stupid stuff like all around Japan, I guess, and then you do stuff like this, it does not help you at all.
No. Okay. So, 22-year-old prankster cutting off what is estimated to be nearly $1 million a month in revenue. Crackdown came after he pulled a live fish from the water to give it faux CPR as it squirmed, then shot a dead rat with a taser in one of his first videos after his return. Yeah, sorry I made fun of the dead guy. Let me shoot this rat with a taser.
Well, so this, you could say this wasn't shocking then?
Boo, boo. Amazon to take on UPS, FedEx via shipping with Amazon.
Yeah, I thought you'd be interested in this one.
I have a couple
being in
articles
the
on it.
shipping business, right?
It will first service third-party Amazon sellers in the LA area. Amazon's plans to take on UPS and FedEx are reportedly coming to fruition, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal. Hold on. The online retailer's new shipping service, named Shipping with Amazon, will roll out in Los Angeles in the coming weeks. With SWA, Amazon will pick up packages from businesses and ship them to customers, relying almost entirely on Amazon's shipping infrastructure. They have a shipping infrastructure? Aside from...
They do now.
First starting in LA, SWA will first serve third-party merchants that already sell on Amazon. The company plans to send drivers to pick up shipments from these businesses and deliver the packages for them. While shipping and delivery will mostly go through Amazon, anything outside of the retailer's reach will be given to the USPS and other shipping services for the last mile portion of the delivery. In the future, Amazon reportedly wants to open up SWA to businesses that aren't affiliated with the site, meaning Amazon could ship and deliver packages from companies of all sizes. See, I think this is to gouge back at, when Trump was saying, why is our post office, making billions of dollars for Amazon? Sorry, billions of dollars for Amazon who hasn't paid their internet tax yet. Makes him sound like a total moron. And Amazon says, hey, fuck you. Because let me just say this. The USPS is a crippling, dying industry. Everybody knows it. That they're losing money. That's why if it fits, it ships for a low flat rate. They're like, please put shit in a box and give it to us. And Amazon just says, fuck you. We don't need you. We have billions of dollars. We have all the money. We'll build our own goddamn network.
Well, they would have had to done this if they wanted to do the drones anyways, right?
Well, I mean, it's not feasible to personally have a drone deliver every single device. For the bulk of the stuff, it makes sense to have a truck. Okay, when a shipment comes from somewhere to somewhere else, the first thing that comes is an actual big ass, what they call tractor trailer, a big truck.
Right.
It just takes everything from, say, Los Angeles to Minneapolis, wherever the fuck it's going.
Right.
And logistically, you can't expect Amazon to load up every single box that would be on that big truck on a drone and have it go from Los Angeles to dude's house in fucking, Minneapolis. More than likely, like they said, the last mile of the journey would be USPS for now. The thing they would do is they would truck it to their hub in Indianapolis, and then from there, when they say the last mile, they give it to the UPS. Now will give our post office packages because they are already going out to all the houses in the neighborhood. That way a UPS driver doesn't have to go up and down the streets. They can just make one stop to the post office. So more than likely they're just going to, okay, 5 boxers are going to Ian's house, load up the drone, and then they only have to fly. They only have to put gas in the drone if it's actually, gas powered versus electric, whatever. And it only has to go a couple miles versus that whole distance. So they're still going to truck because mass transport alone, the legality of long distance drone, transport is impossible because you have to get certification. I'm pretty sure in every state that the drone is flying, right?
Right. That was the major hurdle was the FAA and everything.
Yeah. So
originally,
if you have okay, you know how they made the big hubbub about Amazon opening up another hub and maybe it's going to be in Columbus?
Right.
Okay. Columbus goes, that's a shit ton of jobs. That's Amazon jobs. Amazon's got a lot of money. We want all that money, Amazon. Well, and then they're going to say, okay, well, we'll also have a shipping hub in Amazon. Okay, that's money too. We want that. And we're going to have some drone operators. And the nerds are going to love the shit out of that. Oh, I get to play with the fucking drone and have it drop mail at somebody's porch.
It's a novelty.
Yeah. Now.
Well, so you were pretty much thinking though that they were going to have one drone do the whole truck or just like your packages.
Well, the thing is, you can't do an entire truckload. It's impossible for one drone to do. That's
right, of course.
I mean, your package is not going to go from the pickups place in LA to Minneapolis with just your that's not going to be feasible.
I don't even think they have, unless it's a military style helicopter. I don't even think regular helicopters could carry that much weight.
No, I mean, it's probably more than likely, I mean, Amazon's been working with their workarounds. They're like, hey, let's let somebody into your house to drop off your stuff and shit like that. And it's like, no, don't do that. But they're
Well,
trying.
I still said if Amazon decided to lease you or whatever, some kind of like Amazon safe that you put on your porch, I could see something like that being good.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it should just, in your case, you have an apartment. It should just go to the apartment complex office and they sign for it. That's what my old apartment in the ghetto did.
No, see, my apartment they're fucking lames, and they say, oh yeah, we can't hold any packages for anybody. So they make exceptions for some people. Like they made an exception for me in a couple cases, but she's like, I'm totally not supposed to do this.
Well, I mean, it's, if you have an ID with your address in it, or, if you fucking live there so they know your address, and plus if you sign it out, I mean, I don't see what the problem is, but because
it's
ultimately
just a mess where I am.
Well, ultimately, the mail, you don't sign for the mail. It just comes to the address. I don't know what the problem is.
Well, I had to sign today for FedEx.
Well, yeah, FedEx and UPS is different.
Yeah.
Don't ask me about how I know. It's boring. No one gives a fuck.
Okay. I won't ask.
Well, since you asked, I'm just kidding. Is that your last story, Mr. Ian?
Yeah, it is. I was going to say, I don't even think they could even have a powerful enough drone for like most of the just like one package, because like what kind of drone would you have to be able to lift like a whole pre-built computer, you bought on Amazon, or like an IKEA table?
And if you did, would you trust it to fly over your fucking house?
Probably not. The IKEA table is falling on me.
Oh, and it's just cardboard. Oh. I actually saw a post today that the guy says that he got into a discussion with his classmates because they had all, Mac Pros and all that. And he said that the ThinkPad is the most rugged, durable laptop ever. And they got in a big argument about it. He said, okay, hold on. He stood up, took his ThinkPad and held it up to about his chest, dropped it straight on the floor. And everyone went, and he picked it up and said, look, is there any fucking damage? No. He opened it up. Oh, look, it's working just fine. And he took his phone, dropped it from just as high up. And he said, is there anything wrong with it? No? Okay. Now you guys do it with your iPhone and your MacBook Pro. Oh, no, that's okay, man. I don't trust it. Oh, okay. I wouldn't trust it. But Amazon, if they say they're going to fucking do this, I mean, for one thing, if they drop something, you contact Amazon, they go, oh, that was our fuck up. Well, their their return service is next to none. I can't think of anybody else. Like PayPal with eBay is dealing with a return through eBay blows, but PayPal will give you your fucking money back whether you get it returned or not. That's also, Amazon basically is like, oh, this guy dicked you over here, we'll fix it. And I imagine they'll take care of you in the case of something like that, but I wouldn't want to chance it.
Even if they said, hey, this drone is going to be designated per person, so you get your own special drone that will fly your packages all the time. Like if you're one of those people that has Prime and needs to do same day shipping like every single day, like it would be. Wouldn't that cripple them, just the price of a drone per customer?
I imagine it would probably be rolled out to their higher ticket customers that, like they know they're going to be getting a bunch of different stuff. So they just send a big bulk thing to their house every time. I mean,
the drones would be like, it'd be like, what is that movie? Birds or something where they blacks out the sun.
I mean, it's just like, I think that was just the CEO thinking out loud. He's like, "What's the biggest, baddest thing we could do? Fucking drones, man!" Because the military kills people with drones, so it sounds badass. Ideally, I think it's more like,
Drones.
right,
Extreme
drones. I think it's more dedicated, actual like shipping, to the customer. And plus, that's really kind of smart if you think about it, because they're handling their own volume internally. It's not like they're picking up. The very first thing is going to be Amazon shit. It's not going to be everything and anything going. It's just going to be Amazon orders, which they already do the customer service for Amazon orders. It's already awesome. Everybody loves it. They're not going to back from Prime 2-day to, oh, now it's an 8-day. Sorry. No, it's going to be stupid fast, and everyone's going to, burn a hole in it. I got to get that Prime. Got to get that Prime.
Even the logistics of having like a self-driving truck or whatever with maybe like some kind of drone forklifts taking the package and dropping it off to yours, that would be hard enough.
Well, it's probably going to be robots. And yes, I said robots with a U. Robots. Robots. They put they put a piece of tape on the floor, and the boxcar, like a train, has a reader that says, "Okay, this is straight. Now I got to turn left," and no actual human pushes this little truck, and it leads it to the physical truck, and a guy probably loads it up. Maybe a human at that point. But
yeah,
because I've been inside of not just my hub. I've been inside of a UPS and a FedEx hub to pick up a personal package before, and it's kind of weird because it's a little insidery when I go in there and I'm like, "Yeah, man, no, it's this. Yeah, I understand. No, that guy doesn't fucking have it. I know. Don't ask how I know."
So, do you think a robot that would be feasible for robot delivery things?
I think we're waiting for the robot cars to catch up. Because, like I said, the self-driving car, the only thing in its way is people going, "God damn it, I want to drive my own car." And eventually the government is probably going to have to step in and say, "Look, you fucking people are unsafe. You're unreliable. We can't trust you."
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's either got to be an all manual or all automatic system.
Yeah, it's ones and zeros. It can't get no. Okay, fuck us. Okay, you're gonna do whatever you want. Okay, like, I mean, think about this. For like New Year's and all the party days, and they have those roadside sobriety checks, right? And all the alcoholics hate that because that's where they get busted. Yeah. Those are posted publicly on the internet, so you know where they're going to be. It's not a surprise.
Yeah.
But if you're partying and not giving a fuck what happens, you're not paying attention to where you're going to get caught. So eventually it's going to be like Australia. Australia said, "No, you can't have guns anymore because you're stupid and you're killing each other." And they said, "Okay, yeah." And there's a big protest. People got mad. But it's probably going to happen. They're probably going to save a lot of lives. They're going to piss off a lot of people. But I know this because my toes are wet in the car world.
Yeah. The problem is you gotta work out the logistics of like what ethical decisions is the robot gonna make.
Right. I mean, basically,
is it gonna favor?
The thing is, Amazon and other companies that are coming are forward thinking and thinking, okay, what can we do next? We could do drones. We could do self-driving cars. I'd like self-driving cars. The USPS, what have they done in the past 100 fucking years other than deliver the same boxes?
Right.
FedEx, only thing they've done is they bought out another company and merged with them and took their resources. They haven't thought of anything innovative. UPS said, "We got logistics." That's all they got. They don't actually.
UPS and FedEx seem like they're pretty lame, Like,
well,
they had a FedEx guy on YouTube throwing a monitor over the thing. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, I know I've known those guys, not those exact guys, but it's It's not anything that's changed. The thing is, when you're the only game in town, you get complacent. And we thought DHL was going to shake it up because DHL is the big shit over in the UK and other parts of the world. Here in America, though, they hired. In my experience, I haven't worked with the best and the brightest. And
Yeah, I forgot about DHL.
Yeah, and it kind of went. We went, where I had experience with them, went from an entire truckload a day to literally maybe a box every couple of days. And that was their own doing. They couldn't handle it here in the States. Whereas I think Amazon will be fine. And the thing is also they're not just the the USPS. Amazon they have you could buy Amazon Japan, Amazon Canada, and places where they might be allowed to do these crazy things they haven't done here, and they will get to try shit that they haven't done here yet.
Well, here's a question. Now that they're opening their grocery stores, do you think they would ever be like decide to become like a Walmart superstore kind of thing?
They already are. You try to go to Walmart.com and they're competing directly with Amazon. They list shit that's only on the website.
Well, I mean, like actually make a physical store because like they could have everything, but they'd probably have to scale it back. Like it'd pretty much be identical to Walmart, I guess.
Whole Foods.
Yeah, I know. I know they're doing Whole Foods. That's why I was asking. Do you think Amazon will have a physical store that you go to and buy shit like Walmart?
Well, you already go in and buy an Echo immediately after they bought the fucking place. I'm sure eventually they'll go, hey, let's get some more shit in here other than food.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
And they have a convenience store because they figure they can fill it full of shit that they don't care if people walk out with. I mean,
Right.
All they got to do is come up with something
else. It's okay.
else.
Don't worry about it. We trust you.
Right. And even if you don't, fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go off of this subject because we'll be here all night talking about it.
Yes, we will. Thanks for typing up this article as we speak.
Hold on, I got my ribbon stuck. I don't want to say where. It's wrapped around my dick.
There you go.
That ding was my dick. NVIDIA, quote, working really hard, end quote, to increase supply of graphics cards.
As opposed to really soft?
Yeah. Well, see, Ian says, I like that. He likes getting lip service from a company saying, oh, we'll do something better. We promise. I mean, we screwed you over for years, but not this year. This year, it's all about you, guy. So, NVIDIA is seeing the same trends in the graphics card market as everyone else, not as much as AMD. Increased demand driven by cryptocurrency miners, and the company is taking a two-pronged approach to tackling the issue. NVIDIA executives said today during an earnings call with investors. So, yeah, they say they're going to try to make more.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. The Newegg, that deal that we were showing tonight, they did a limit one per customer, and they're probably sold out because of the miners still.
Well,
like that probably just didn't do anything.
The people that post these articles and say, yeah, they're not good, you got to remember, of course they're going to say that. What else are they going to say? What else are they going to say, huh? What do you think they're going to say, Ian?
Right.
No, no, really. What do you think?
We don't care about making money.
What are they gonna say? Well, I'll tell you what they're gonna say. Video card shopping gets wild with GPU 6-packs due to cryptocurrency mining. Cryptocurrency mining has been dominating headlines when it comes to the PC hardware world with GPU prices rising. Shut up, ad. Well beyond MSRP. But the current market for video cards has reached a new level of vendors selling cards in packs of 6 on Amazon and Newegg. As of now, 6 GB GTX 1060 6-pack Founders Edition for EVGA or EVGA is going for $3,780 USD, while a pack of MSI Aero ITX overclocked GTX 1060 cards is listed for $3,465. So yeah, you can buy a cooler thing here with fans and shit. I mean,
Well, weren't they trying to do crypto mining specific cards? I thought that was going to be their answer.
yeah, there's was it an Asus that you can plug over a dozen in? But yeah, I mean, look at this. You could buy this is a computer case. It's just a fucking shelf where you can plug your power supplies in, screw down a motherboard, and then wire up all these GPUs and fans.
Don't you think too? Like this, if you want to have something to complain about environmental stuff, isn't this like pretty bad for the environment already?
Yeah, generating heat and electricity in the hopes of making a couple bucks.
Yeah.
But to make light of all this, yeah, they're not going to say, by the way,
do we have any any positive articles?
I'm sorry, homie, we don't know no fucking happy songs. My favorite Social Stotion quote, they were in concert and he goes, hey, you guys want to hear a happy song? And they go, yeah. Sorry, homie, we don't know no fucking happy songs.
Happy, joy.
Russian engineers arrested for using nuclear weapons facility to mine cryptocurrency.
What?
Russian authorities say they have arrested several engineers employed at the All-Russian Research Institute of Experimental Physics in Sarov, a top-secret nuclear weapons facility, because they were involved in a cryptocurrency mining scheme at work. The tightly guarded nuclear facility is where the USSR's first nuclear bomb was built. According to the BBC, it was about 20,000 employees and one of the country's strongest supercomputers, which can run at the petaflop or perform a quadrillion operations per second. That's ideal for running nuclear scientific calculations and simulations. According to some Russian media reports, the employees tried to use the power of the supercomputer to mine cryptocurrency and were detected when they attempted to connect the usually offline machine to the internet. In my head, I read this and I imagine the kids from Weird Science hacking into a supercomputer and the 3D skull.
Yeah, you get the skull and crossbones for the dead end.
And like a phone, fucking someone hanging it up and going, oh no, and a tape reel playing in the background.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm actually kind of curious. What did they make? What did they get? Did they get like a Bitcoin in a minute or something?
Well, they were busted when it tried to connect to the internet. Mining is a way to amass crypto coins without paying for them. But it requires massive amounts of computing power and energy. Recently, it has become more popular for small-scale miners to compete with major operations with mighty mining setups. And now those mining startups might also have to compete with nuclear facility supercomputers. Oh boy, a spokesperson for the facility told Russian news agency Interfax that there was an attempt to unauthorized use of office computing capacities for personal purposes, including for so-called mining. Aside from the fact that this operation was happening in a government facility, it makes sense that Russia is cracking down on crypto mining operations. After all, the country is on the brink of launching an official state cryptocurrency, which is likely a way for the government to maneuver around international sanctions. So, yeah, I guess you could say that's fun, right?
I just want to know what it would be possible, because if you have access to like a supercomputer.
Lost all their money, I'll bet. Someone forgot a couple of O's and never mind. Samsung to give AMD and NVIDIA a run for the money as it preps chips specifically designed for mining.
Samsung does chips?
Dips. Samsung's prowess at making its in-house SoCs for smartphones and tablets, not to mention having an entire chip fabrication plant for a wide number of clients. Jesus. The Korean giant is ready to take it to the next level to take on companies like Nvidia and AMD in the cryptocurrency mining game. We do not expect Samsung to make its own GPUs, right? But right now, that might be become a possibility in the future. There's a link if you want to read it. I don't, but I mean, I'm as much as I'm against mining, I'm all for another company getting their hands onto it because they might be better. And people go, well, fuck these gamer cards. Let's get this professional bullshit.
Yeah. Well, technically, it's besides AMD and Nvidia, technically Intel makes GPUs, but it's just the integrated crap.
Right. If it's a supercomputer, it probably has a really smart integrated GPU. Now on to the zany, the musky, and crazy. Elon Musk.
Yeah, good old Elon Musk.
Right after that last week when I was showing about his flamethrower, I went to bed, and as I'm going to bed, it goes, oh, by the way, oh no. What now? I'll dub my flamethrower not a flamethrower to thwart customs. They sold 20,000 flamethrowers in 5 days. Last weekend, the Boring Company offered last weekend, so yeah, just past week, they offered 20,000 novelty flamethrowers for sale. By Thursday, all 20,000 had sold out. But now Elon Musk says the company has hit an obstacle. Some customs agencies are saying they won't allow shipments of anything called a flamethrower. Musk tweeted on Friday night. To solve this, we are renaming it not a flamethrower. Your thoughts on that?
Not a good alternative.
Oh boy. This is, by the way, I'm going to throw one in here. This is something I'm not going to read. It's Charlie Strauss on the sorry state of science fiction world building. Where the hell is this ad? I hear. Okay.
In a world.
So basically, I read a little bit of this article, and I want other people to read it. It's about the more or less Jesus, I should have had more to do. I already drank the whole thing. Explains that he's more or less stopped reading science fiction, no longer God damn it. Quit jumping to the ad I don't care about. Skip.
You must have, Frank.
Anyway, I can't hear myself talk. Anyway, he describes it. Explains he's more or less stopped reading science fiction, no longer capable of stomaching the paper-thin world building that refuses to contemplate the profound ways in which technology changes human relations and motivations. Yes. So when I bought a Neil Stevenson book not recently, but one of the past couple of years, I was at a liquidation sale at a bookstore, and they had a hardcover. Jesus. A hardcover Neil Stevenson Anathema, I think. Here it is. And it looked like a fucking Bible. I mean, yeah. And of course it's not. But yeah, here's how big the fucking book is. It's not just the jacket. God. Yeah, it's huge. You open it up, and it's about another planet.
Have to put that on a podium.
He describes it, and he's like, they have creatures. They're like dogs, but they're not dogs because. And I'm like, oh fuck, I've got to learn everything in this goddamn world to know the story. Whereas like Altered Carbon is kind of the opposite. In the last one, apparently, Oh, I didn't even realize it. Someone did a review, and the guy says, "Yeah, in this last book, apparently we started being able to talk to whales, but they don't expand upon it. Someone just mentions it in passing, and then they just keep going." And that's the exact opposite. So I want people to read this. I figured it's good. It's just I don't want to read the whole thing and kill it. So there's that.
Kind of already killed it, but that's okay.
Ian's dead, I said. Another good read here. The House That Spied on Me. Basically, it's a warning tale of the Internet of Things. Lady had a bed that tells you, oh, you didn't get enough sleep. You only had such and such restful sleep and such and such. And yeah, I'm not going to read all these numbers and all this shit. But
you got to read, Frank.
No, I'm not doing it. But it's a good, insightful view into it that you won't get from hearing us talk about it. It makes you think, oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, what's some of the worst things? And they're just like, like your Xbox listening to you or whatever.
Thanks for asking me after I click something else in. Hold on.
You have to be click happy.
I mean, God damn it, why is everything triple spaced? I mean, it's more or less like how we're all connected, and we just won't think about it because everyone's buying the gizmos and doodads, and before you know it, everything, the latest and greatest, is already connected to everything else.
Yeah, I don't want Jarvis following me into the bathroom. I mean, it's just creepy once you get it to be more like a person,
I had to download 14 different apps to my phone to control everything. Oof. Yes, my coffee maker had a login and very long terms of service agreement.
Oh, shit.
I thought I'd be able to control devices using voice commands via the Echo, but this did not go as well as I had hoped.
Echo, go.
So, yeah, also if you're actually thinking about automating your home, which to an extent I wouldn't mind doing some things, but then again, you got to think, okay, is this hacker proof? Am I going to go to bed and all of a sudden my TV is going to start saying dirty words to me and saying I can see you sleep? Where was the one about the camera? It was like, where's the camera? Can't remember. A smart coffee maker. Think about that. Oh, the camera was constantly sending huge amounts of data, which makes sense given it's sending video. But good news, it was all encrypted, so someone monitoring your network will not get access to what the camera sees, including nude videos. You set up a camera? My husband asked, horrified. 4 clicks deep into the app, I found out it keeps everything it records by default for 2 days, but that you have to sign up for a premium account if you want to save anything longer. It deletes the video after 2 days, I told my husband. How comforting, he replied when looking up from his phone, his voice doing the eye roll for him. Yeah. It's big. It's the lady and her husband, and when they hooked up everything to everything, oh my god. So I'm not just talking about it, I'm losing my voice and coughing, Ian. I'm not
I don't even bother reading a lot of the terms of service because they're pretty much, the gist of it is pretty much you can't blame them for anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I take out of it.
By the way, this is a lot easier to read on mobile because this double spacing looks better on a phone, and your thumb's easier to move across the screen than my whole mouse is.
Oh, well.
But anyway, back to fun articles, Ian.
Okay.
After gaming for 20 hours, man could not walk. A man in
And this is a positive article?
well,
Where's the positive
I need
articles?
your help, Frank. I need your help, Frank.
a man in Xing province, China, had to be carried out of a net cafe after losing feeling in his legs following a marathon gaming session.
Hey, Frank.
According to QQ via Newsweek, the man didn't take a break during a reported 20-hour gaming session. When he tried to get up to go to the restroom, he discovered he was unable to move from the waist down. It seems he'd lost sensation completely and couldn't move at all. A friend is quoted as saying, "We had to call for an ambulance." In video posted to Chinese video platform paramedics could be seen carrying away the man who keeps saying he wants to finish his game.
He's like, sweet, now I don't have to have an excuse to put a toilet in my chair.
Right? He should. Well, see, that's the thing. It was in a cafe, so that means he was inside of like a Starbucks. Essentially, it's an internet cafe. That's all they do is they're at computers. But he was with other people online.
Was that 24/7 Starbucks or something?
Well, no, it's a net cafe. That's cafes in other countries actually are totally different than you would think here in the States. You can go in and rent a computer to play on, so you can play premium video games and cruise the internet and watch TV, take naps, all kinds of crazy shit by the hour because it's cheaper to do than to actually buy the equipment to have it at home. I can't remember what YouTube video I saw where they did a tour of a place like that. I think it was Luke from Linus. He went to one internet cafe in
right.
wherever the hell Linus's wife's from. I can't remember, but anyway,
Korea.
I don't think she's Korean. Not Vietnamese. I don't know. Anyway, so he was at this place because he didn't have a computer at home. He was playing there. I don't know if you have a YMCA charge and you can just come and go as you please, or if you pay per hour. But he'd been doing it 20 hours and then he couldn't get up after 20 hours and he didn't have to shit. I was gonna say catheter, but nah.
Right. By the way, is it just me, or is it you can't get Wi-Fi anymore nowadays because it's nobody has any free Wi-Fi?
Don't know. The Wi-Fi everywhere else I go to sucks.
Yeah. I was you go to a fast food restaurant, there's no they have a Wi-Fi there, but it's not you have to put in the password or something.
By the way, Gizmodo asked, will we be able to upload a mind to a new body? That's what they do in Alter Carbon. And they ask about it and they discuss it apparently.
Mm.
So that's a link on the page that my stupid gamer story was. So if you see that and you want to read,
mind your business.
Oh, there he goes. But yeah, check this out. This upgraded Super Nintendo clone rekindled my love for 16-bit gaming. Yeah, they reviewed an NES clone, and the guy's his partner was like, whoopty shit, I don't care. But the
is that what you were like?
No, I like the NES, but the Super NES here, it can play old cartridges in high def. It's only $190, which is $100 more than the original. It's $100 more than the SNES Classic, but it'll actually play cartridges. So I mean, it's an alternative. It has a wireless controller. You can use original.
Here's my question: Why don't you just get a USB Super NES controller and play some ROMs, and then just have a old NES sitting next to you? I mean, what are we trying to do here?
Well, this is for you're buying for a family member that really liked SNES, but lost their console, or say, "Hey, I bought you a new SNES." So, by the way, it has a SD card slot for firmware updates. Might open up some wonderful additional functionality. So, maybe someone will be able to put some ROMs in. Oh, post on firmware they developed a console to play downloaded ROMs. So, it might be in there. But also they said, think about it. Hey, let's go get some, old games at the fucking flea market, and you can play them on your new SNES. I mean,
that I did find interesting that they could do that.
Plus it's in HD. So, do you remember the connector?
HD?
Do you remember the connectors that the SNES used to have?
Yeah.
It sucked. Cause it fucking sucked. Cause it fucking sucked. Sorry. I taste and go. So here's some stories about Google. Google's Yeti is reportedly a gaming hardware streaming service beast. Did you hear about this?
No, I did not hear about this.
The Asus Nexus player with controller pictured was the closest we've ever gotten to a Google gaming device. A wild report from the information, subscription required, claims that Google is working on a subscription-based gaming streaming service developed either over Google's Chromecast devices or via a totally new Google-made gaming console. The service is codenamed Yeti, and it would be similar to streaming services like PlayStation Now. Users would pay a subscription fee to access a collection of games which are run on a remote device and streamed over the internet. I mean, this would be good because Microsoft has got too complacent with their only competition being PlayStation. I'm pretty sure Google will be like, oh yeah, we could do that.
Hey, Steam did it.
Steam just owns it. I mean, but if Google knows how to. I mean, they made the Pixel is kind of expensive, so I guess it wouldn't be like as cheap as an Xbox One. I guess. Oh, wrong.
Hey, it's like I'm gonna stream on my Yeti console, and then my microphone will be a Blue Yeti.
Google Fiber team hires former Time Warner Cable exec to take over as CEO.
Is this the one you were talking about?
Well, they were.
Before.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they
kind of.
The last week it was like. Last week it was Fiber was not going to expand, and now they're like, it might finally be expanding. But no, this isn't the one I was talking about because you were talking about Spectrum, and I was saying, well, maybe I got something else. This is Google time now, Ian.
Oh, okay.
Don't try to push out Google. But yeah, they got a new CEO. Cancel hundreds of Kansas installations and shift many employees away from the project before laying down fiber. I mean, just staying up to date here with this. Now, apparently the Pixel has got into a bit of a pickle. Google's Pixel Visual Core doesn't actually work in the Pixel's own camera app.
Oh, that sucks.
Ever since it was revealed as Google's hidden chip inside the Pixel 2, the Pixel Visual Core has been clad in a bit of mystery. Google hasn't helped matters in its communications, and until recently, it seemed like the Visual Core would aid the main camera app by making the company's signature HDR plus image processing faster and more efficient, as well as third-party apps like Instagram and Snapchat. As it turns out, however, the Pixel Visual Core is, for now at least, only used in helping other apps gain the HDR functionality.
HDR
plus. By the way, go ahead.
Like I was going to say about the last article, though. In general, you need fiber in your life, right?
Mm-hmm. I want fiber. By the way, the Google Pixel class action lawsuit. What do you need to know? If you bought the first generation of Google Pixel, you may have money coming your way. A new class action lawsuit against the tech giant argues that it knew there was an issue with the device's microphone and sold it as a premium smartphone anyway. After hearing this news, you may be wondering how to get involved in this lawsuit. Here's what you need to know about the case and what you should be doing right now if you bought a Pixel from Google. What's the case about? The Pixel and Pixel XL smartphones suffer from what the company called a hairline crack in the solder connection on the audio codec. In some cases, this made it extremely difficult to use the microphone, making phone calls and voice commands impossible. The company says only 1% of the phones include the defect, but the lawsuit notes that within a few weeks of the device's launch, people were already reporting issues with the microphone. Instead of offering refunds, Google replaced some defective smartphones with new units that had the exact same issue. Even worse, the company never stopped selling the Pickle and Pickle XL, despite mounting evidence that something was wrong. So yeah, I've got a couple.
So were you squirting pixels when you heard this?
No. So I have a few articles about it.
Well, are you going to take advantage of it?
I mean, it's a class action lawsuit. I personally have not had any problems, so it's not like I'm looking to regain anything. But I wouldn't turn down money they'd offer me anyway.
Yeah, come on, you gotta get your $5 or whatever.
Right. Well, my ex was a woman that worked for Walmart, and she got a class action lawsuit. She got a couple bucks in the mail. By the way, Chrome will mark all HTTP sites as not secure starting in July.
I did see this, and I was thinking about doing it, but I figured, hey, Frank will do it.
Starting in July, Chrome will mark all HTTP sites as not secure, according to a blog post published today by Chrome security product manager Emily Schechter. Chrome currently displays a neutral information icon, but starting with version 68, the browser will warn users with an extra notification in the address bar. So, I mean,
so pretty much on most sites then.
Yeah, what's the option there?
Yeah.
But it's good to know. At least that, at least they'll warn you. By the way, Android messages may soon let you text from the web.
Ooh.
For a year and a half now, Google's semi-official strategy for messaging apps has been a three-leg stool. Allo for consumer chat, Hangouts for corporate chat, and good old SMS for texting. None of those strategies were ever really going to challenge the players who are leading the messaging app space, WhatsApp, iMessage, Facebook Messenger. It's possible, however, that the last leg of that messaging stool is about to get a lot more interesting. Android police just dug into the code for the very latest version of Android messages, the app Google makes for SMS, and inside is references to very intriguing features. And I've got two articles actually about this. Where's the other one?
So it's pretty much like you could do Wi-Fi texting, and you wouldn't need a phone plan to do that then?
I guess. I mean, yeah, Google explores texting from your browser. Unlike Allo, Android messages could allow you to send mobile SMS rather than web messages, making texting a fair amount easier. To use it, you may have to scan a QR code on your PC or Mac, then pair your device each time you want to text. Oh. That'd be kind of cool if you could just text from your fucking computer. Is it paired to your phone?
Yeah.
Okay,
send. Yeah, I mean the texting it's technically texting and just phone calling is technically just like another app, over I mean,
right. Just like what we were saying about like, playing your game on your Xbox versus playing on your computer. It's all the same shit, Microsoft.
Yeah. I mean, some phone companies still don't let you do like Wi-Fi calling and stuff,
Mm-hmm. By the way,
it's like stupid.
Yeah. We talked about this earlier. The HomePod is the point of no return for Apple fans. The notion for Apple's walled garden ecosystem of products precedes even the iPhone. For as long as the company has existed, Apple products have worked best with other Apple products, and that's been that. But the new HomePod speaker, which is going on sale today, ratchets this commitment Jesus fucking Christ, up another notch. If you thought you were locked inside the Apple ecosystem before, buying a HomePod is like adding an iron ball to those chains. The HomePod costs $349. That's a high price for the vast majority of people, and it pretty much guarantees that you'll be using the HomePod as the primary listening device in your home. The HomePod has voice control for music playback, but you'll have to be tapping into Apple's own Apple Music, iTunes Tracks, or iTunes Match to take full advantage of Siri. Alternatively, you can use AirPlay from an Apple device, which gets you access to services like Spotify, but with drastically simplified play, pause, voice control. So,
yeah, I saw a guy explaining on how it's going to be like comparing that to the other, like devices like the Echo and stuff is like kind of apples and oranges because it's in like a whole different price range. It's going to be like, obviously they're going to focus on the audio quality with the speakers and stuff. So it's like, you really can't compare it,
This review, before you watch it or read anything, it says, it sounds amazing. Is that enough?
Right. You're paying for mainly like a smart speaker or whatever, I guess. But
this is for the people who already own a bunch of iTunes music that want to keep giving Apple more fucking money. I just think it's ugly and overpriced. By the way, iPhone 10 users report trouble answering phone calls.
So we need Doug for this.
That's why I was waiting. But the iPhone 10's early teething troubles have largely gone away, but there's a lingering problem for some owners, and it's a fairly serious one.
Well, they already fixed it. Next.
Fuck him. Users report the iPhone 10's touchscreen won't turn on for several seconds when there's an incoming call, preventing them from answering or seeing who's on the other line. Complaint started surfacing in December, but the issue has persisted until now. The case
just fix it today. Next.
Yeah. Or repatched, even though, it's a stupid thing to patch. The cause isn't clear, although reboots and other typical troubleshooting steps don't appear to address it. There's also no indication of the scale of the problem, although it doesn't appear to be common. So, yeah. By the way, your phone, it's really cool. It just might not work as a fucking phone.
Nobody talks on the phone anymore these days anyways.
I mean, they don't, though. I asked a guy one time, I was like, so how many, how good is it for calls and shit? He's like, dude, how many minutes do you fucking buy your plan? Really? Go ahead. I'm like, oh, good point. Here's a couple about the FCC. There are Ajit Pai Verizon puppet jokes that the FCC doesn't want you to read. That's why I'm telling you about them. FCC won't release emails about joke collusion video. Says they would harm agency. Where's the jokes? I want to read them. Calls refusal absurd.
And by the way, out of all the phone companies, it seems like Verizon does suck the most because, like, we used to be on Sprint and they used to be a lot more helpful and nice and stuff like that. Since we've been on Verizon, I tried to take my phone in to see if they could do a replacement just for the, the glass cover over the camera on my phone, and they said, "Oh no, you gotta either just get a warranty or just get a new phone or whatever." Whereas you could just buy the little thing, the little glass piece online and stick it on yourself because it has an adhesive back on it. But back when we were on Sprint, the dude took apart the whole phone with like a little screw and stuff he had. I mean, I remember Sprint was pretty awesome. And like the Verizon, they're like been so expensive for my parents being on a family plan. Guess how much they had to pay in a phone for a phone bill? Guess. $1,000. Yeah.
What are they doing?
For a family plan for 5 people, it's $500 a month.
That's ridiculous.
It is. Yeah, Verizon, you go fuck yourself.
I like their coverage, but that's it. Their actual customer support is bullshit.
Coverage? Dude, every time I try to get on when I'm out with my parents and I need to try to play a game, like, it's slow as heck. Just playing Yahtzee where it just tells the other player, hey, you roll this dice. Like, it takes forever just to do that. I won't even try to play a YouTube video.
Well, I mean, I got to be able to get a call when I had it. What is it? AT&T. I had AT&T when I met my wife, and it wouldn't even work at her parents' house. Just that was. It's like, oh, you got no signal at all. That's it. You can't get a call. You can't send a call. Going to work is impossible. I need Verizon because on the way to work, going through several counties, now my service will drop, but when I go back over a couple miles, it comes right back. Versus before, half of my drive, I had no signal, and with a flat tire in the middle of winter, no.
Yeah, that would be scary, man.
But by the way, here's Ajit Pai's proof that killing net neutrality created more broadband. Pai's FCC takes credit for broadband deployments that began under Obama. Ajit Pai had a dilemma when overseeing the creation of the Federal Communication Commission's new broadband deployment report. Anyone who's familiar with the FCC's chairman's rhetoric over the past few years could make two safe predictions about this report. The report would conclude that broadband deployment in the U.S. is going just fine, and the repeal of the net neutrality rules is largely responsible for any new broadband deployment. But the FCC's actual data, based on the extensive Form 477 data submissions internet service providers must make on a regular basis, only covers broadband deployments through December 2016. Pai wasn't elevated from commissioner to chairman until January 2017, and he didn't lead the vote to repeal the net neutrality rules until December 2017. And technically, those rules are still on the books because the repeal won't take effect for at least another 2 months. The timing means that it would be impossible for Pai to present evidence today that broadband deployment is increasing as a result of the net neutrality repeal, but the report claims that exactly what happened anyway and says that future data will bear that out. To support its argument, the report claims that broadband deployment projects that were started during the Obama administration were somehow caused by Pai's deregulatory policies. So, I did all that. It's me. I'm all awesome. I did everything.
Yeah, you'll get more broadband. My broadband.
Yeah. I mean,
want your money now.
The other article basically says FCC says net neutrality repeal has already fixed the internet. Look at all these shares. 828 shares. Woo.
All you gotta do is change the I to a U. And they'll be fucked.
By the way, sorry, FCC. Charter will lower investment after net neutrality repeal. FCC claims Charter raised investment because of repeal, but that isn't happening. The FCC's quest to prove that killing net neutrality is somehow raising broadband investment recently focused on Charter Communications. Charter, the second largest U.S. cable company after Comcast, is investing more in its broadband network and workforce because of the FCC's restoring internet freedom order, the repeal of net neutrality rules. The last year's tax reform legislation, FCC Chief of Staff Matthew Berry claimed in a tweet Friday. But as we noted earlier this year, Charter raised its capital investment in 2017 while the net neutrality rules were in place. And with the repeal soon to take effect, Charter says it is preparing for a meaningful decline in spending on building and upgrading broadband networks. This doesn't mean that Charter boosted investment because of the presence of net neutrality rules or that is now lowering investments because of the repeal. That would be an overly simplistic conclusion. When the reality is that ISPs make investment decisions based on a variety of factors, such as changes in customer demand and peaks and valleys of technological upgrade cycles. Ooh, there's a whole lot here, so I'm just going to leave that there.
I wonder how long it will be before they're just pretty much just saying layman's terms, yeah, we're fucking you, but tough shit.
On. Stolly fucking fuck, mate, big time.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like on It's gonna be like on Idiocracy. Shit.
Gee.
Charter's gigabit cable, starting at $105, is coming to over 40 million homes. Oh, by the way, before we get into this, yeah, what you were just saying, Trump has already said that the people that didn't applaud him at State of the Union were treasonous. What?
What?
So yeah, that sounds like President Camacho or whatever the hell his name was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Charter's, which I said Charter owns Spectrum. Charter's cable network extends to 50 million homes and businesses across the U.S., and nearly all of them should have the opportunity to buy gigabit speed cable internet by the end of 2018. So far, prices for the service range from $105 to $125. Jesus. Stop yawning. By year end, we'll offer gigabit services virtually everywhere we serve at all 50 million passings. Charter CEO Tom Rutledge told investors in an earnings call Friday the number of residential units among those 40 million locations is somewhere above 40 million. An earnings call transcript by Seeking Alpha is available here, and Rutledge's remarks were pointed out by news site Top the Cap. The gigabyte upgrades will require some modern modem transfers, Rutledge said. While it's advertised as a gigabit service, the actual maximum speed is slightly less at 940 megabits a second and uploads at 35 megabits a second. So far, Charter is offering gigabit services in 8 markets to 9 million homes and businesses. He said the markets are Oahu, Hawaii, Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Ohio, Kansas City, Missouri, New York City, and Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina.
That up-down is pretty unbalanced with that.
Hold on. In December, Charter raised the minimum spectrum internet speeds to 200 megabits in markets like New York, Hawaii, Austin, and Charlotte at no additional cost to consumers. Rutledge also said the 200 megabits minimum up from 100 megabits covers about 18% of Charter's territory. Charter, which offers service in 41 states, has 22.5 million residential internet subscribers and 1.4 million business internet subscribers. Only Comcast has more home internet subscribers in the U.S. Excuse me. So basically, they're like, we're speeding it up. We're going to give you more.
Yeah. Frank's going to pay for 7 gigabit and only get 7 megabit.
Yeah, that's it. Shut up. No, I really am looking forward to this. I hope they don't screw us over. I have no problems with Spectrum, really. I mean, other than their streaming TV service blows. Because my wife has, she's had horrible luck with customer service. The people that she called don't know what they're supposed to have. Sling was infinitely better in that there was no problem. You start it up and there is your channels. I mean,
right.
And if you wanted more channels, you could go online and see what they offered and add them. Here, you can't. But, I mean, as far as the actual internet goes, we don't really have outages, and I just called them once and told them I wanted to go to a different modem, and they said, okay.
What can those power lines do? Are they limited to like a gigabit or something?
Something like, it depends on which model. You can pay more and you get one that is rated for a faster one. It's just that really it depends on the wiring in your house. Because you're limited by that more than anything. I mean, if you get one that can, I think they make them that go like up to like 800 or something like that, like ridiculous speeds. It's just, I was like, well, even if I do waste $80 to $100 for an adapter, what am I going to do if I get it and it's the exact same fucking speed? Because my wiring is as fast as it's going to get, you know?
Well, would you ever pay to upgrade your wiring?
No, I'll just drill a hole in the floor and run an Ethernet cable.
Right.
I have somewhere in here. There's a cable wiring where the cable used to run through here. I'll just connect the modem to that. I don't. No. No. I'm not rewiring my house. Are you fucking crazy, Ian? By the way, Microsoft to drop Windows 10s as a standalone product. They're going to change it from Windows 10s to Windows 10s mode. Windows 10s was supposed to be Microsoft's firm answer to Chrome OS, offering comparable security by limiting you to Microsoft Store apps while running more powerful software. However, its implementation for home users has been ham-fisted. You have to unlock Windows 10 Pro if you want more freedom, which should eventually cost money and is clearly overkill for many people. That's about to change. Both Thurrott and Neurowind have discovered that Microsoft is dropping Windows 10s as a standalone product for everyday users in favor of an S mode, which is already available in the enterprise crowd.
Need power.
And I have another article that's basically on the same thing. Shakes up its pricing. For those who can't abide by the constraints that S imposes, you can upgrade to S to the full 10 Pro. This upgrade is a one-shot deal. There's no way of re-enabling the S limitations after upgrading to Pro. It's also a paid upgrade, while Microsoft offered it as a free upgrade for a limited time for its Surface laptop. The regular price is $49.
Windows BS.
So here's, the different entry-level CPU, and then your RAM storage for your, different whatever. But yeah, if you follow that crap, I don't, so I don't know.
Frank doesn't use Windows BS because it's BS.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's all I got, sir. So,
okay, I'm getting our game ready.
Oh no! Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah. No, it's just a would you rather game.
How many do you think that we'll have over? Oh, we already fucking did this one. Fuck, we already did this one too.
Hopefully, it doesn't feel like that. Yeah, it's trivia time, or would you rather time?
Yeah, trivia. Yeah, trivia. Oh.
That far felt good.
At first.
Huh.
I need your help, Frank! I need your help, Frank!
You get to read now.
All right, hold on. Gotta maximize. Okay. If you could only drink beer one way or another, would you rather drink beer with a raw egg in it or drink beer with a tablespoon of castor oil in it? Raw egg.
Raw egg because it's food.
Castor oil.
It's edible.
Castor oil will make you shit.
Do you know that?
Yes.
All right then. Yeah.
Would you rather face Godzilla or face King Kong? King Kong didn't shoot fire, so I'm going to say King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong. Yeah.
Would you rather live until 80 in poverty or live until 40 in riches?
Poverty.
Riches.
What?
Yeah, I'm bored and poor and poor and no.
Hey, you don't need to be rich to have a good life.
Yeah, okay.
All the best things in life are free, Frank.
Hmm. Yeah, when they say that money can't buy happiness, they're fucking liars.
Hey, Frank!
All right. Oh, you won. So everybody's stupid. What a surprise.
Hold on a second. Would you rather jump off a 2-story roof or take a sandwich tackle from 3 rugby players? We already had this one.
Yeah, we did.
Would you rather speak every language except the language of the country you're currently in, or speak only the language of the country you're in, but know the meaning of every single word in that language? It'd be more helpful to uh, speak your country's language properly, I would think.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. What's to say? When you leave a country and enter into another country, your knowledge will be reset accordingly.
Yeah, so you'll only know every country except that one. Like you're born in America, you only speak English, and then you go to Japan and you only know English.
Yeah, or the opposite. You'll
Yeah.
if you choose
It's
this
the
one,
same.
you'll know everyone but that one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
To know everything perfectly is a superpower in itself. So, what's the point?
So I could just if I do the only the languages of that country, then it's like so if you go to each country, then you could automatically know that language, and it'd be more functional for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Otherwise, you'd only be able to speak to a language and people that aren't fucking there.
Yeah, it's like it'd be so nice being able to do that every time you go on a vacation or something. You know?
Well, what is the upside of the other one other than look, he sounds smart because he knows Spanish. Taco, taco, burrito, taco.
Yeah, but then you go to a place where you could actually utilize it, and then you don't have it anymore. You know?
Taco, taco, burrito, taco.
All right, I'm just gonna choose this here. Yeah.
So I got it.
Yeah, that's what I chose too.
You copy me because I was right. I said it first. I'm right. So yeah. Would you rather eat fast food burgers every night or eat Chinese takeout every night?
Would I rather be like Frank?
You don't know what I do, motherfucker.
Hey, I don't know when you ate your two baconators, so I don't know if it was every night. So I guess it doesn't count. But I would think that the Chinese would be better for you.
Why is that? MSG and soy, son.
I thought eating rice was more healthier for you.
So that's all you eat is the rice? Not the fried General Tso's?
Well, like I like the bourbon chicken and broccoli.
Mm-hmm. Say people really love their cheeseburgers. I mean, people like Chinese food, but they love cheeseburgers.
So you're gonna say America?
America, fuck yeah. Well, let's think about it this way.
America.
Our president went to another country and said, "Yeah, can I get a hamburger and a steak?"
Well, this description pretty much tells you already what you should choose, anyways. The American diet.
Fuck yeah. Coming in to see the motherfucking day, yeah. America.
So you're gonna say America? Fuck yeah. Ah, America's lying.
Yeah. They say they would like takeout. You don't want noodles and rice every night, you lying motherfuckers. I ate triple bacon airs twice a day, and you know what? There was always a line to get in that motherfucker. Eat Chinese
Yeah.
food, you know what? You're hungry a half hour later.
Right.
Would you, if you race go-karts, would you rather embrace death or become a vegetable? Dead.
Well, here's a question for you. If it was in the future, would you rather embrace death or be a vegetable but be in the Matrix?
What?
Hey, you could be a vegetable and then just be hooked up to the Matrix, you know.
If you're a vegetable in real life and you get hooked up to the Matrix, are you still a vegetable?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Why would you want that?
Who says you get to decide what you want when you get in the Matrix? They plug you in and you're a little 5-year-old girl, even though you're really a 40-year-old man.
I was assuming it was going to be like where they were be like it was. Oh yeah, you could dress how you want or whatever your image of what you wanted to be.
The only guy they ever gave that option to is that guy that was a traitor to Neo.
Well, yeah, he got to choose his career. I'm just saying, like, whenever they went into training and stuff, he's like, "Well, my hair and stuff is different or whatever," you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say death. Oh, sweet death,
Well,
one last chorus.
Well, the Matrix wasn't an option, so yeah, I would say death.
Yeah, I'm not being a vegetable. Fuck that.
Yeah, 71%.
Hit something hard. I don't want to live away from this piece of shit.
You'd say pull the cord, buddy.
Would you rather work at McDonald's or work at Burger King? Well, I've actually worked at Burger King. McDonald's does more for you. They do like tuition reimbursement and all that. So McDonald's.
Well, I didn't know that, so that's what I'm going to go with. Yep, 56. Thanks, Frank.
Dun, 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 dun.
When did you work at Burger King? Is that when you started the Baconator shit?
Well, that's at Wendy's, so no.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, I worked for Burger King when I was in high school. I told you when I went through my entire work history on an episode, but you don't listen, motherfucker. You're golfing on the 18th hole and about to head to the bar. Would you rather get a hole in one and have to buy the whole bar a drink, or no hole in one? There are 100 people in the bar on the golf course. Excuse me. And the golf course is in Ireland. No hole in one. Why would I want to waste my money on everyone else?
What's the big deal about getting a hole in one? I mean, you still get a hole in one and still lose the game. Even if you're betting money and stuff on it, I guess. You know?
That's stupid. Say no hole in
100 people? Yeah, fuck that shit.
Right. I don't know why they said it's in Ireland. Okay, so they all drink whiskey instead of beer? I don't.
Oh, boy.
You walk away with your own money? Would you rather receive a $5 a day for the rest of your life or receive $50,000 right here, right now?
Right here, right now. Right here.
Now, there's no place I'd rather be. $5 a day.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna.
Why?
Live
because you
longer
think you
than...
would just spend it all?
Well, no. I think I would live longer than $50,000 worth. Let me see.
So that's
10,000 divided by 5. Yeah, that's
$10,000 a day or 10,000 days.
Yeah, 10,000 days. Okay, so 10,000 divided by 365 equals.
So it's probably a few decades.
in 27.39 years.
Yeah, almost 3 decades.
So I think I could spend 50,000 and pretty quick versus, if I live one day past that.
I say you would keep on getting more than $10,000 then.
Yeah, because
Or
after
$50,000.
you get $50,000, that you get $50,005. You're already up $5. Granted, you can't buy everything all at once, but
Well, what is that? That would be pretty much if you say 30 days, that would be $150 a month.
see, $5
Pretty much,
a
right?
day. I don't know. This is math. It's 1 a.m.
30 days in a month, so I would, $150 days. Or
My
$150.
butt's asleep. Let's just pick a button. Just barely.
Yeah. Well, I was going for the other one, so you got that one. Yeah, I'm honest about that shit. But
A horde of 400
I guess
zombies is quickly approaching. Would you rather fight the zombies alongside? We already had this before. Well, why would you want gorillas when you can have a fucking dragon?
right.
Would you rather talk only in an auto-tuned voice or talk in a stereotypical grandma voice? Oh, dearie, I'd rather be auto-tuned. Auto-tuned.
Oh, will you help fix my GPU for me?
You can
I brought this
talk.
computer in.
You can be sexy with an auto-tuned voice.
So
Imagine
you'd
trying
rather
to.
sound like T-Pain or whatever his name is.
Would you rather sound like that or stereotypical grandma trying to talk dirty?
Right.
Oh, dearie, I'm wearing nothing but crotchless panties. Nothing but a smile.
It was like nobody could take you seriously though with your auto-tuned voice. It'd be always like you're singing.
I said, Your Honor, I didn't do it.
Could you imagine trying to go up for like an interview?
I'm very committed to this job.
I'm gonna go for the grandma, just because the other shit would get old after a while and it'd be more functional, I suppose. But I think everybody's. That's what I'd rather do. I don't know about everybody else, but
I'd rather be auto-tuned. Like I said, you can talk dirty in an auto-tuned voice, and you can really sing. You can't. No, dearie, I'm singing in the rain. Oh dear. Have a child.
go with grandma.
Grandma said, "Twinkle, twinkle." Yeah.
78%. You got it, Frank. Oh, Frank.
I'm kicking your ass, Ian.
Yeah, you are.
Would you rather eat only human remains for the rest of your life or starve to death? Human remains. Look at the answer. Humans. You'd have to cut them up and cook them yourself. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not dying. If the zombies attack and that's my only way to survive, guess what? I'm surviving, motherfucker.
Well,
you feel like you would have your dignity if you didn't, and blah, 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 blah. You're going to go crazy and end up... No.
Would the answer still be the same if you had to kill people?
Sure.
Okay. Oh my god. Dude, well, it's just like
What?
if you got to this, if you got to that point where it's like, if that was an apocalyptic situation, like, what would be the hope or the point of living anyways if you're like what kind of life could you live after?
Well, I wouldn't if I was to the point if I was the point where I would, oh God, I can't exist anymore. This is a horrible existence. I would shoot myself in the fucking face. Starving yourself to death is a slow, drawn out process.
Yeah.
So no, nope, just human remains. It's not like you gotta eat the intestines or nothing.
Well, I might as well go for the star for death because I'm probably gonna lose even if I win. So yeah, let's see what happens. 52.
Just barely. People lied on the internet, just barely.
Yeah. Thank you, internet.
Not like you're gonna beat me out here. Would you rather eat the same thing 3 meals a day for the rest of your life, or eat whatever you want, but have to eat a poop sandwich once a month? Same 3 meals. Because the whole time I'd be like, oh God, I don't want to eat that poop tomorrow. This ice cream is delicious, but it's going to be tainted by the poop. Versus I eat the same things every day any fucking way.
Yeah.
Used to eat Baconators. It's burritos.
Yeah, I'm like that with pizza, man. I would say. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I used to eat a lot of pizza rolls, but when I went vegetarian, eating cheese, it got gross.
Really?
Well, yeah, because if you eat cheese, there's no pizza sauce in there, and they don't substitute the meat with something else. And if it's pizza rolls, then they would like freeze, so they'd have a little layer of frost. Well, that would just sit on top of it. When you microwave it, it would turn to water and be wet. So wet cheese and dough. Ugh.
Well, I'm agreeing with you. I would go for that, but I'm gonna choose the opposite just so I could hope I get lucky again.
Get lucky.
Oh, and I was not lucky.
Hey, I won.
You ate a poop sandwich. I knew that was coming.
Give me that wah.
No, I can't because you're the winner.
Well, the winner gets what he wants, and the winner asks to hear a loser. I am the greatest.
Oh, kill yourself.
Nice. I told you I'm going to eat your meat, son.
You could have my poop.
No, that you're the one who eats the poop with the poop sandwich.
Oh, Frank. You know, you deserve this.
Hey, Frank! I need your help, Frank! I need your help, Frank!
I'm going to put that into the intro.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, you know I'm not going to bother with that shit.
No, you're not.
Would you bother with that shit?
No, I'm not.
No, I mean, like, if you were hosting a show, would you bother putting, if there was something I hated, would you even bother putting it into the intro?
Maybe.
Or maybe you'll just sleep.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been a great show.
Yep.
Let's go to fucking bed. Play us out, Ian.
Let's go to bed. Well, turn your camera back on.
Nah, son.
I need your help, Frank! I need your help, Frank!
All right. You don't get to see Frank jamming out, but here you go.
Boobs.
Hey, Frank!
Fuck you!
No.
Shot of scissor.